You're muted.
Oh man, I had my sound going so good in my head. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I am your host, Axel1324, and of course, I am joined by my awesome panel. Let's start off with Coolcat Terri. Good morning.
Good morning. I hope everyone's doing fantastic. We're back. And yeah, hope you guys are ready.
Absolutely, Eternal Shaddai. How are you?
Extremely well.
Look at the
Really,
smile on this
really
guy because of
well.
his bills.
Really well. What about you? How's everybody?
Good. Scrubners, hey, good to see you again. Hope you're feeling better.
Good morning. Good morning. Glad to be back. I got back from my vacation and I said that vacation crud, vacation flu ended up being freaking COVID. So, yeah, me and my family are doing a whole lot better. It's just a big, like, sinus infection. So, I didn't get the worst of a lot of people. So, I'm good. Hopefully, I can get my smell back better, but at least I can taste my coffee this morning and I can taste some sweet, salty tears of some people going around this console war generation. So let's go. Let's talk some games.
Wow.
And some fun because it's been messy and I hadn't been able to talk about any of it.
That's great. That's great.
He be holding like for so long.
He's been holding it in. He's been holding it in, guys.
Doing some tantric work over here. Yeah.
Some tantric work. All right. And let's check in with our chat real quick, actually. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this happen. Okay. Let's check in with our chat real quick. Of course, Doggy Dog, my buddy, he's in. He says, good morning, everybody. And football Sundays are back. Yeah. They sure are. They sure are. Casket Report Pair, thank you so much for tuning in. He comes in and saying, good morning, y'all. And Gone Mad is here. I got my coffee and my umbrella working in the rain. Wow. Walking in the rain. He did. I thought
Not
he said
working.
Walking.
That's
all right, guys. Fantastic. All right. So as some of you know, today is 9/11. This is an important day for me because this day signed in my adult life. This was when I first became an adult. This happened, and so I'd like to take a moment here, guys, and just have a few seconds of silence. So let's just have a few seconds of silence here for 9/11, out of respect for those who died tragically in the senseless terrorist attack on the Twin Towers and across the United States as well. All right. And I think that should do it. If you're one of those people who lost a loved one on 9/11, I know that was only 21 years ago now, but it really affected the direction of this country big time. Things changed, and they really never gone back. It is the new normal. So, yeah. Good morning to Sir X-Man. He joins us. Good morning. Listen to you guys at work. Help keep me awake, please. We're going to try our best, Sir X-Man. Jesse Darby says, Doggy Dog, I keep asking you to play Turtles with me and you never do. Oh, what's going on there, Doggy? And Jago Kukin, good morning. How is everyone? Good morning, Jago Kukin. Thank you so much for being here. And, of course, the amazing Graphic God is here. Good morning, Graphic God. We appreciate you being here. All right. So, as I said, 9/11 signaled in my adult life. I was in a community college at the time. When 9/11 happened, and I was actually in the workshop when the first tower fell. And as soon as that first tower fell, I kind of knew that we were going to be going to war. I didn't know that the war would last 20 years before we pulled out our last soldiers out of Afghanistan. So, yeah, 9/11 signified a long conflict for us that lasted 20 years. And it was emotional. I was sad. I was angry. But it's also the reason why I joined the military when I did. So I dropped out of college and went into the military. So, yeah, 9/11 had a very direct impact on my adulthood. I don't know if it impacted anybody else on the panel, if anybody wants to speak on it real quick.
I definitely remember that day. I used to have this shock jock rock and roll station. I had to wake me up so I could get ready for class, and it was always blaring. And when the alarm came off, people were talking very calmly, and I'm like, "What's going on?" Turn on the TV. That's when the second tower hit. So we all went to school, to class, just to get around. Nobody was actually going to class, but we was all on campus. And you see Air Force One flying right over our school, headed to, because me being in Louisiana, right next to Barksdale Air Force Base. So
Yeah.
seeing the president touch down, and a couple minutes later, that's when he gives his address. So when you in a time like that and you're wondering what's going on and you see the president flying over your head, you do kind of freak out a lot. And especially having a military base where we can strike with nuclear power, right down the street, basically. So yeah, it was some scary times. It's something that you'll never forget. I had a lot of friends sign up that day. I had a lot of friends who signed up coming straight out of college. I mean, straight out of high school, when, we hadn't been to war in a while, and it was, I'll get my 3 years and I'm out. And a lot of them, their third year was 9/11, 2001, and they had to go overseas. So
They weren't allowed to get out suddenly.
yes. And I was easily almost one of them. So there's a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, if anybody else wants to share, that's fine. If not, it's okay. You guys don't actually have to say anything.
For me, I remember that because I was still in high school, and I know I was taking health class, and I thought we were watching a movie. So I'm like, "What movie is this? What?" And, that's what came up to mind. Like, no, a plane hit one of the towers. I'm wait, what? I'm like, you kidding me, right? And it was like, yeah. So the teacher went straight, put it straight to the news, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? The first thing that came up to mind, I'm like, how can a superpower let something small like that slide? That's the first thing that came up to mind. And right after right after school, I decided to walk from school to my house. And the thing is that we're talking about like 5 miles, 7 miles of a walk.
Wow.
Yeah. So everybody was like, you crazy? I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like taking the bus anyways. So I'm like, I just wanted it to walk. So I just minded my own business. But then all of a sudden somebody said, yo. And, I live Western New York. So it was like, yo, I heard that they're trying to hit another plane, but hitting Kodak, and the Kodak headquarters is located here. And the thing is that once I heard that, I was literally walking next to Kodak headquarters. So I'm walking while looking up at the same time, because I'm like,
wow.
So I'm like, I'm like, this is crazy. And like, it was, I know it was something. We're like, yeah, because, the main headquarters, especially when it comes to economics, during that time, I'm talking about during that time, I guess Kodak was so popular because, movies and some other stuff. So I'm all looking up at the same time. But at the same time, I was a little bit afraid because, let me see, in 2003, because I know I graduated in 2003 or so. Oh, no, correct. And my friend, I know we graduated and he went to the Marines, but he was stationed in Afghanistan.
Right.
So I'm like, he's like a brother to me. So I'm like, really? But it was really, really scary. I know my high school is really, really rowdy, like ghetto, like really ghetto. But I never seen my high school be so silent when that actually happened. Like literally silent. I'm like, wow, that's insane. That's really insane.
Yeah, it is insane. We all have our own experience of it. Terry, do you have anything to say?
For me, when it happened, I was, I think I was like a freshman in high school. So I was, still pretty young to where I didn't really fully understand what was really taking place. I remember I was in study hall when it happened, and they turned the TV on, and then we were watching it. And in every class we went to, they kept the TVs on, and the teachers tried their best to still teach us, but it was a very distracting day.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
So
was.
it ended up being more of it became more of them kind of trying to talk to us about what was happening and how this would affect us and stuff. So we got an education on what was on current events. But yeah, no, like being from Wisconsin, I didn't know anybody over in New York. So
Mhm.
I didn't have anybody that was, directly impacted by it. And then yeah, because I was like a freshman in high school, I was like too young to really fully comprehend it. But I do remember watching the scenes of the planes hitting and seeing the scary moments of like the people jumping out of the towers, and then them
Mhm.
showing the Pentagon being hit,
Mhm.
and all of that. So I mean, I do remember it. It's just back then, I didn't understand fully what was happening and how important those towers were, any of that. Like I couldn't grasp it as a freshman in high school, So,
Mhm.
but yeah, no, it definitely changed a lot of how things are with our security, especially how airports, like the way airports operate today is drastically different from when they did before that happened.
Totally
Mhm.
different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, so I mean, that's basically mine. Like, because I was,
Yeah.
I was young. I was young.
Yeah. We're very young. Let's check in with the chat real quick. I know we're talking about 9/11 real quick, guys, but this is be me just entering my adulthood, first semester college when this happened, community college, trying to become an adult, and this definitely signified my adulthood. This event, I just think it's still important, at least for me, right? I know some of the younger generation might not understand how important this is. Like people tell us about Pearl Harbor, and we know everything that happened, but to experience it is definitely different than just hearing it.
Mhm.
Exactly.
So
Mhm.
let's check it with the chat. He said, howdy, good morning, Axel, Terry, Shaddai, and Scrub. Thank you so much, HTK, for tuning in. We appreciate you. God Mad said he was playing Gran Turismo 3 when the first plane hit. Wow. Yeah, you were gaming early, buddy. I don't know where you live, but if you lived in the US, you were gaming early. Jago Coogan says, I was 24 on 9/11 and had just gotten out of the military. I was so pissed off about the attack, I almost rejoined the army that day. I hear you, man. I hear you. It's the reason why I joined. DE says, good morning. Thank you so much. General Spartan, who was also in the army, says, I was in the 8th grade shop class when the attack happened. I didn't know what happened until my dad told me, and he picked me up from school. Yeah. So again, 9/11, to all those who died in a senseless, unprovoked attack, in a cowardly way, we feel for you. We still think of you. We have that saying, never forget, and I never have.
Mhm.
So
Look at now.
let's move
Look at
on.
now.
Yeah.
We will never forget. We're still talking about it. You know what I mean? So that's
Oh,
not gonna be an
HTK.
easy thing to erase.
Yeah. HTK says he remembers smelling the burning jet fuel at the Pentagon from his backyard. Holy cow. How close did you live? Wow. Well, I'm glad you're okay, HTK. So, yeah, over 3,000 people died in a single attack, the single worst attack on American soil in history. So, yeah, that is quite the event.
Mhm.
All right, let's move the show along, everybody. Let's get to talking about some Xbox stuff. Whew. Let's get a little unserious stuff off of serious matters and into unserious matters. Video games. So as you guys know, there was no episode last week. I got up and I just could not. I was not feeling good.
I will be the same thing, the same way, especially when Buffalo wins. Everybody will feel bad.
I wasn't hungover, should die.
Yeah, hungover is a different thing. Yeah.
No, he knows we had a draft, so you know the deal.
We had the draft on Saturday.
Saturday.
Anyways, moving on. Yeah, so I did not feel good. I think I just ate something wrong, and I couldn't really go any amount of time outside of the toilet that day. So Well, Halo was all over the Twitter news last week, and mostly it was the Halo announcement, the roadmap announcement, and the fact that they were removing couch co-op from Halo, delaying Season 3, delaying Forge, and a lot of people had a lot of emotions. It was almost like a breaking the camel's back kind of day for Halo.
Everybody's
What do you guys
pitchfork.
think of what happened with Halo? I'm gonna go with the guy that plays Halo a lot here, and that is Mr. Scrub Nurse, the pew pew guy. Tell us what you think about the Halo announcements that happened last week.
Yeah,
He muted.
no, I'm good. I'm good. I was about to say something else, so I had to mute. This Halo announcement is just I want to say it's ridiculous. It's to the point of ridiculous now. This is a group that you put your trust in, because I like many other folks were like, if the story is good, if the multiplayer is good, let's go on and put it out. We've delayed it for a year, and they'll get Forge together, they'll get co-op, and I have faith in them. Blah 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 blah. When you got Halo 5, the story might not have been that well, but the multiplayer was awesome. The mechanics were awesome. So it's like, all right, they'll get their stuff. It's COVID. Okay. Right now, when we're looking at it, it makes it seem more and more obvious that this is not COVID. This is something of a management problem. I don't see how that this can keep happening and keep happening. We're steady not hitting the dates. Is it we have staff that are just not taking it deadlines as serious? Is it management that are not taking this stuff as serious as they need to? Something's going on. There's a culture there that's not hitting right. I've said it on the show before, when we're doing the battle pass, you have so many games and shooters that are ahead of you that showed you how to do this battle pass system, that when they did you have to hit challenges to level up right then. I'm like, this is red flag. This is red flag. And for them now, all of a sudden, to come and say, oh, we need y'all to get through battle pass faster. But yeah, duh. Well, now we're going to say, if you played the game, your wins and losses and how you played the game is, yes, that's how battle passes work. That's how pretty much all battle passes work. It's almost like a sense of arrogance of how you would not go that route unless you just wanted to be different. For them to not have the foresight to see that ahead of time, people even saying that to them when we're doing the alphas and all of this stuff, and they kept going through it, it's just ridiculous. And now to sit here and say, all right, we're going to tell you about season 3, but it's not coming till March. Okay. I know Call of Duty has many teams working on Call of Duty. They put out in a 1 year, from one game to another, about 7. When we're looking at the Ubisoft Forward show, the Division, which is almost 4 years old now or something of that nature, they're still putting out stuff and updates 3 and 4 times a year. And how many people are still playing Division versus supposed to be a top tier first person shooter? I think, like I said, I think there's a sense of arrogance. I think there's a sense of mismanagement. I do not like the fact of how they had the show. Let me see. You could see it was almost like a hostage video when they started this show. They put, oh yeah, well, hey, we're gonna have such and such new guy on here that you've never seen before. You ready for your first show? And he's like, well, yeah, I guess. And he looked scared as hell. My question is, where was Bonnie Ross? I mean, you put Joe Staten out there, which is cool. He should be out there. But if you're running a studio and you're making these big mistakes, you need to have all the top people on there apologizing. And instead of having this guy to be the who is over this stuff, he probably was just put in that position to take over it and throw him and push him in front of everybody to be the scapegoat. This is a complete mess. Yes, what they showed us with what they're doing with Forge, it looks great. Yes, you want to delay stuff and to make it better, but some of this stuff looks very suspect. I don't think we'll ever get the full story until they make a book about it 10 years from now.
10 years
And then
from
you go, oh, that's why. Oh, that when they make another documentary like they did about the 360 era. So I'm glad that it's finally going out. Oh, yeah, co-op split screen. Folks been playing split screen co-op forever. Since LAN parties, and now that's taken away. How many people are playing it now these day and ages with everybody having a TV, chance to get Xbox? Yes, there's not that many people playing that, but that's one of the cores of Halo since it's in the beginning. For them to say, yes, we're going to have that in there like we always do, and then almost 2 years later, oh no, we're not doing that anyway because we're having to be pulled to do other stuff. That should be one of the main things you were working on was split screen co-op long time ago. That was one of the pinnacle points of your game. And now you're going to say, take that away. This is a bad look. I know a lot of people are saying take 343 away from it. They know it the best. I think they're with this game. I enjoyed the story. It's fun for me to play. I don't think they don't understand Halo. I think they have a management problem to get this stuff out that they need to get out. The fact that you had Big Team Battle just destroyed for what felt like almost 6 months problems. The fact that you sit there and you can only you're hiring people on contracts and it can only be 18 months. What if you had a job that you got hired on? You're only going to be 18 months. By 18 months in, you barely got your job down pat. And now, okay, bye. And we're going to put another new person to jump in your spot. You got to retrain, relearn. And it's just ridiculous. But I've been talking too long. It's a mess. It's a mess.
It's a mess. All right. All right. Let's check in with the chat. He says, good morning, everyone. Boo, Bills. And boom, boom, kaboom. Noof Nukem is here, guys.
Noof.
Hey, shout out to Noof. Thank you so much. Be sure to tune into Noof Tuesday nights, Gaming After Dark at 10 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah. Let's see. DE comes in and says, no co-op sounds bad. I asked myself last time I played on an in-person multiplayer game, it's at Cousins, Mario Kart 8 or COD Zombies.
That's what they're playing.
All right. Let's see. Priority Zero led by Staten. Let's see. Iceman, Sir X-Man. I deleted Halo Infinite and re-downloaded it, Halo 5 Guardians and Halo Master Chief Collection. Yeah, Master Chief Collection is a permanent staple on my Xbox.
Well, maybe now, but look how long it was horrible. That's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Master Chief Collection was trash for
18 months.
A year and a half.
18 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Something's going on in that.
It's the Halo tradition. It's the 343 tradition right now. Let's see. I really enjoyed Halo Infinite multiplayer. It's still installed on my Xbox and will be for a long while. Hey, Ice Queen Gaming is here, the boss mod. She says, hey, I'm okay, been stressed out with my mental health and my wedding anniversary coming up on Saturday, and I would have been married for 11 years, so I'm spending time with my dad and stepmom. Hey, congratulations on 11 years.
I know, congratulations.
Yeah, that's a long time. Thank you. Nick says, I uninstalled Halo Infinite. My SSD thanked me. Oh, that's funny. That's a good joke right there. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, we got Sir X-Men says Battlefield 2042 has gotten DLC updates and has become a more played game than Halo Infinite. These games came out around the same time. Fastback says, I agree 343 management has made many, many mistakes with Halo Infinite, but the campaign was great for me. I'm not a big fan on multiplayer anymore, but I understand the frustration. I look forward to co-op. Jesse Darby, shout out to Jesse Darby. Thank you so much. Says, I think he's running things. Know that why we have. I'm sorry, man. I cannot read that. I'm sorry. Sentence structure. It's all over the place. I can't read it. I'm sorry. Noof Nukem says, no money in co-op, so they don't care financially. Let's see. Too many excuses for 343. Boo, fastback, boo.
Cowboys. Oh God. Oh my goodness.
Here's Noof. Let's
Mute
go
that
49.
man.
Also boo.
He's
Also
jumping
boo.
in.
You don't even know who your quarterback is, Noof.
Mute the 49ers as well.
That's right.
A lot of people
Princess
are going to
Zelda.
start getting banned.
Princess Zelda is here. Good morning, Princess Zelda. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see. And let's see. Oh, here we go. Ice cream. 343 needs to apologize for the mess with the Halo games. I mean, they have apologized.
Yeah, and they're horrible apologies. I don't want to hear any more apologies.
Yeah. Shaddai, do you want to give something to say before you go, or do you want to give your take after you come back?
I'll go now.
All right, go for it.
Because I know Terry got a long list of saying. So
There you go. All right. Shaddai, Halo Infinite, what do you think?
what came up to mind was I understand Jason Staten came late. A new engine was built. A lot of people left. Then COVID. And pretty much that's being an unstable studio. But then again, I know the massing, that's another thing that Phil said, that the messaging that he gave was he wanted it all generations to be all together.
Mm-hmm.
Possibility that yes, they hit a wall, because remember we were talking about from this gen all the way to the OG to whoever. Let's put it this way: if they have the OG, I doubt it they're gonna go that far, but let's say if they do.
Mm-hmm.
But I know they probably hit a wall. The technology's common sense is a little bit different, but then again, instead of saying like, you know what, we can't go any further, let's just keep it this gen, probably it would ease a lot of the things and probably inserted the stuff that pretty much we requested the most, the co-op, the forge, and all that. But it's like it's always something with them that say we can't do this, we have to delay it, or we have to remove it. So now, yes, what Scrub said is managing, but at the same time, you have a horrible planning right now. You have a horrible planning. You don't know what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, when I heard, well, we're gonna delay the Forge again, this season 3 again, and all that, it came into a time that, you know what, I got tired of it. I really did. I just got tired of it. Even when I go back playing multiplayer, for me, it feels like it's like nothing. It's just like, okay, I'm playing, but I'm done. And I start going to another game. And that's not a good thing, because in the past, the Halos, you always, no matter what, it could be work, it could be school, it could be anything. Mm-hmm. So when you're done for the day, you usually say, you know what, I'm going back to Halo. I'm going to go back to Halo. Multiplayer, you invite this person, that person. But this Halo is more like, why would I want to go back if I have the same feeling? That's not a good thing, especially a franchise game like Halo. That is insane. You pretty much step on it or crap on it, whatever you want to call it. Right now, it's a joke. You're making the pillar that makes Microsoft, the one that the face of Microsoft. You just pretty much crap on it.
Yeah.
So now us gamers, now we're doubting your expertise or whatever it is. Are you actually worth keep managing or finishing Halo? Because right now we're saying, you know what, give this IP to somebody else, give it to Arcane, give it to this, because now 343 needs to be more of a support studio.
Whoa.
So yeah, believe me, I read it, I heard it, everything. It should be a support studio. For me, the only thing, probably not for everybody, but for me, the only one that 343 made pretty good Halo was 4. That's pretty much it. 4. So
5
right,
multiplayer is one of the best mode. You didn't like 5
Yeah.
multiplayer?
He didn't play
oh
multiplayer,
no,
apparently.
I play the multiplayer. For me, they're all pretty much the same.
Is that why you don't like it? No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I didn't like those packs and those perks parts that you had to grab while you're playing.
Well,
I was
actually,
grind for those.
for me, the
that.
packs is not that bad because you gain it when you play. That's why everybody was like, so upset, oh, you gotta buy them. No, you don't, because the more you replay, the more you pretty much gain the points. So you either buy it or you just gain it. You just grind the heck out of it. But I never pay attention to those because, you know, common sense, we're gonna keep going back playing multiplayer no matter what happens. But I'm not saying that Halo 5 is not that bad when it comes to the multiplayer. It's very inconsistent. So the story is good on 4, but then the multiplayer is good on 5. And then when it comes to Halo Infinite, the story is good, but the whole multiplayer is weird. No, it's good. The gameplay is really good. I can't complain about that. But they're not focused on what they're supposed to. Might as well they should have just delayed the whole thing when they're actually ready. Like, okay, you know what? It's gonna take us a really long time for this. You people, you know, gamers are not gonna be happy, so we're gonna delay for another year the multiplayer forge and everything. They're not gonna be happy, but at least they're gonna have something that is stable.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now it's like, okay, they just announced this. Oh, we gotta delay it. Now I think they delayed it. How long did they delay it? I can't even remember. What, for a couple of months?
Yeah, it went from, they delayed it 4 months.
4 months. Let's say within those 4 months, we hear another update. Oh yeah, we gotta delay it again. Really? So now you're gonna keep going back? You're gonna keep doing that? We have been nice to them. Now we have the pitchforks and the torches and everything because we're tired of it. We really are. Now, are they worth working on the Halo? Now everybody was like skeptical about it. I think they're not there, even though they worked with Bungie before. But how long are you gonna hold to that? Right now, everybody's like, no, I don't want to know anything about Halo. That's bad. You really pretty much crap on Halo. That's my take. Whether you like it or not, but that's how it is.
Okay, that's Shaddai's opinion. He's a Bills fan. Keep that in mind, guys.
31-10. 31-10.
One game.
I'll see you within 10 minutes, guys.
All right, see you in a while. Shaddai.
See you.
All right, so let's see. Let's check in with the chat. All right, just see Darby cleaned up a little. I think Stanton is running things. That's why we haven't seen Bonnie after the fact. I'm Dustin. We should have seen this coming. I'm guessing.
Probably guessing. Yeah.
Yeah, Stanton is running. That's why we haven't seen Bonnie, and we should have seen this coming because of Phantom Dust, another canceled IP. People say it's really good, but I don't know. I've never played it. It's got a cult following, but I don't know. Let's see. DEC's Series S and X only couch co-op, Series X only co-op. I don't think last gen was the issue. Okay. Yeah, the couch co-op being canceled. Who smoke detector needs a new battery? I think it should die because look, he left and we don't hear it anymore.
We don't hear it anymore. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, let's see. And they just keep talking about Shaddai's smoke detector. Good morning, all. Hey, Lemon, thank you so much for dropping in. We appreciate you.
Facts.
That's right. Be sure to turn into Lemon every Saturday. on his channel, 108 Dragons TV. He had a good show yesterday. Really good guest. Let's see. Just give Halo to Nintendo and let them make it look like one of their crappy first-party games. Wow. Wow, I would actually be sad about that. Although, did you see the Nintendo 64 Halo Infinite fan trailer? That was really funny. All right. To be honest, I think the face of Xbox is now the Coalition. Hey, the Coalition carried the Xbox One. And he says they will be fine. That's right. All right. Terry, let's see. When's the last time anyone played couch co-op? Let's be real here.
This is true, but there's some hardcores that still
I don't
love
play
it.
split screen couch co-op because split screen drives me nuts. But I'll elaborate into that later on.
When I was in college and poor, I played it a lot.
College and poor.
Yeah, because one person might have had the game, one person had the TV. So yeah, you played that. Plus,
right.
internet was horrible. So most people back then, I guess in the dark ages, in 99, 2000 era, I mean, you were special if you got to be able to do a LAN party. So a lot of people were doing that.
That's right. Yeah, 343 messed up. That does not mean Halo is dead or that Xbox is like many other big franchises. They can still turn things around. Couch co-op last time was the Sega Genesis. That's right. Let's see. Terry, Halo, your favorite game of all time. Let's go over the list again. All right. Couch co-op got indefinitely delayed. Season 3 got delayed by 4 months. What else happened? The Forge isn't out, also delayed. And that was pretty much the announcement. What is your take now?
My take? Well, seeing as how I don't play Halo, I'm like, meh. But I still have opinions. So, couch co-op, I don't see why people care. I mean, like they already pointed out, like no one plays it. I haven't played a couch co-op game since the PlayStation 2, and I used to play with my cousin. Because otherwise after that, it was more of like with the 360, you just trade controllers back and forth and took turns, and then once internet got better and everybody got their own consoles and everybody just started playing online. So like it's pretty much been dead for a while. I've seen plenty of indie games who have done couch co-op and people are always, mocking them. Like, why would you put that in there? No one uses it. And then as soon as they take it out of something, then all of a sudden the table flips over and everyone's acting like it's a big. It's like, how dare you take this feature out that I was never going to use in the beginning, in the first place? But you know what? You took my option away, so I'm furious.
Testify, Perry.
So I don't know. I think people are just, I don't know. Like literally, I feel like most of the people who are complaining about it were going to use it anyway. So I don't know. But and then the Forge, I don't know much about it. Isn't that when people create like their own like maps?
Yeah, they make their own maps. It's a map editor.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big loss because that's one of the things when the community can create and other people can play it. That's what kind of keeps people playing longer. Especially if you start getting bored of it, and a lot of people will hop onto the next freaking game that comes out when it comes to FPSs. Like that's the thing with FPSs, people tend to just hop around on the newest hot thing. So having the ability for people to create their own stuff, it keeps the community fixated on the game longer. More replayability. So that's a big loss for those people, I think, even though I would never make anything and I personally don't like playing community made things, but that's me. But doesn't a lot of racing games do it where you can make your own tracks and stuff. I hate that crap so much. But people love it, so let them have it. And then I don't know. What was the other thing?
The season got delayed. Season 3
the
got
battle
delayed by 4
pass.
months.
The battle pass? I don't know. I mean,
It's cosmetic only.
I mean,
But you get a free battle pass coming in November, so
That's right, November 8th. You get that 30 level free battle pass event.
to test out all the stuff they should have put in the beginning.
I don't know. I've never really been too big on battle passes just because it's always just gun skins and crap that's useless. And I never understood the fixation on having a brightly colored weapon that makes you stand out. Like why do you want to stand out? You're going to get shot more.
I want to look good when I die. When
it's always the dumbest
everywhere,
concept, especially
okay?
like Call of Duty. You have like this realism setting where everything's like the same color because you're in the freaking desert or you're in an urban setting. Everything's the same color, and you have someone running around with a bright freaking red freaking gun, and you can see them all the way across the freaking map. And then they wonder why they're getting shot. Okay, so no, I think it's the dumbest thing ever to go around with bright colored weaponry in a game. You should try to blend in. At least when I played them, I made all my guns black or whatever color the thing was, because I wanted to blend in. I didn't want to stand out because that's how you get dead. But it's
This is true.
so I don't know.
But you can't. That's how you get it to show off and look cool.
That involves people to actually have common sense, and no one has common sense when they're playing FPS. That's why they tend to just run and gun, and then they wonder why they're getting they're dying 20 plus times because they're just running in there. So I don't know. I don't know. It's Call of Duty. Like you literally, people brag about hardcore, and all you got to do is shoot them in the ankle, and they're dead. So I mean, it's not really skill.
Just run around with a knife. Trust me.
No, that's headshots in Halo. That's headshots.
So
headshots are the best.
So I mean, I don't know. I just whatever. I mean, I can see why some people would be upset, because they're losing out on things. But certain things, I feel like they're making the mountains out of molehills. Like the couch co-op. Like, who gives a crap? You weren't going to use it anyway. Just admit to yourself you weren't going to use it. So who cares?
That's right. So great take by Terri. It's weird. I agree with everything she says. I thought me and Terri were going to go at it. So, let's check in with the chat while I gather my thoughts. Now that Terri basically spoke for me. Let's see. Couch co-op is for isometric games. Facts. I hate split screen co-op. It drives me nuts. Reason Xbox wants to acquire ABK is so Call of Duty becomes the front game and Halo can take a back seat. Whoa.
I would be fine
I mean,
with
that might be true. That might actually happen, but we don't like to admit it, HTK.
I would be totally fine with that.
If you remember, though, Phantom Dust was a Bonnie Ross project. I don't remember. I was not following the news cycles very closely when Phantom Dust was a thing. By the time I started following closely, Phantom Dust was already canceled, I believe. But I know that people were upset and they still want a remake of it. LAN party. 4 26-inch tube TVs hooked up to the third floor with a plethora of cables everywhere. Hell yeah. Those were the good old days.
With Mountain Dew and Doritos. Everybody sitting on the floor.
And Pizza Hut pizza.
That's right.
The majority of folks complaining would have played Halo Infinite for a week or two and moved on to the next big game coming out, even if it had all the bells and whistles. I agree with Fastback. All right, let's see. At Scrub, that's different. Last time I played split screen was GoldenEye, and I'm not sharing my 8K 65-inch TV with anyone. And Axel, they gave us way more info than peeps are saying. Peeps complaining like nuts. Exactly. I agree. Let's see. Halo needs to fix their forced crossplay, and I might jump back in. I hate crossplay with PC personally, but I think it's here to stay.
Yeah, you're not going to get away from that. I would love to get away from that, but yeah, I think that's here to stay.
Yeah. Let's see. Same Lemon. I don't want to play screen with watch. I don't want to play with screen watchers. That's right. I remember. Don't watch my screen. Don't look. You knew where I was because you looked at my screen. Not fair. You remember those?
Oh no, I only play people on my screen if they're on my team. If you weren't on my team, then yeah, that didn't work.
Couch co-op is for nostalgia reasons at this point. Us old guys that grew up with it. Hey, not my nostalgia. I hated it. Let's see. Did you all watch the Forge improvement? It's 1,000 times better than Halo. And this is not the first Halo not to release with Forge. Battle Pass is free, peeps. Not saying that. That's right. I don't think a single Halo has launched with Forge. Maybe ODST did. Did Halo 4 launch with Forge? It might have, but I don't think a single Halo has launched.
5 didn't. But the problem is
3 didn't. Reach didn't.
Right. The problem is folks want Forge so much because some of these Forge maps have actually turned into Halo maps. And the people who love doing that, which I mean, like Terri, I'm not a fan of building my own racing map. I'm not a fan of building my own maps to play on. But the folks who love that crap, they are in it and they're mad because it keeps getting pushed. It keeps getting promised, but then it keeps getting pushed. It's like Lucy with the football and Charlie Brown goes to kick it and they move it out the way. So I understand the frustration. It's coming, but eventually it needs to be here. A lot of people are just getting frustrated with it's coming.
All right. It's coming. Be patient, guys. Let's see. I agree with Terry about the colors. People love it though. Let's see. Futuristic Warfare. Yeah, Jago Coogan is playing Ghost Recon Future Soldier. I love Ghost Recon, by the way.
That was an awesome game. That was awesome. One of my favorite ones.
Let's see. Fastback says people act like they have no other games to play while 343 gets their stuff together. Gamers can vote with their wallet and engagement and give feedback, but don't act like a prick. That's what the internet's for. Let's see. One of Dragons TV. I love smoking PC dudes with a controller.
I do too. If I can pull off a win against folks I know that are on PC, that just makes me feel so much better.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Fastback is in the hashtag Fire343 bandwagon. Would like to see another Halo genres made by other Xbox studios. Hey, you mean like Halo Wars? But Phil Booty can keep working with 343 and Halo Infinite. They do that. It's called Halo Wars. That's right. Let's see. So let me give you guys my take. All right. So the biggest thing to me here is the delay. The battle pass delayed. The couch co-op canceled and regular co-op delayed again. It was supposed to launch for season 2. Now it's launching with season 3 sometime next year. Forge, I guess it's been delayed, but I don't remember them ever giving a date, but it was expected. And then it just goes back to the entirety of Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite was supposed to launch with the Xbox Series X, delayed by a year. And that's been the entire story with Halo Infinite is the delay after delay. So, 343 does a really good job of, hey guys, guess what's coming? This is what we're doing. This is when it's going to be out. And you guys can definitely expect it. We're working hard to do it. We're working hard. And hey guys, that stuff we've been working hard on, all of it's delayed. Every single last thing delayed. And that's been the thing about it, is that it's just been delay after delay, and it's a letdown, because if you're looking forward to Halo and to certain features of Halo, like let's pretend you're a Forge guy, your mode isn't even there. I am a Warzone guy. It's where the PvE and the mixed PvPE matches are. Delay. It doesn't even exist. They haven't even announced it. So multiplayer is kind of a nothing burger to me, because all it is PvP, and it's fun for a few rounds, but I'm not going to go through a whole battle pass on it. I'd rather go through a whole battle pass on PvE or PvPE. Right? And then you have things like co-op. I get it. The couch co-op affects me none. It's affected me none since God knows when, since the internet came of age, Xbox Live exists, because couch co-op was a big thing in Halo 1, because that's the only co-op you had, and everybody hooking up their Xboxes to all these TVs and LAN parties, and those were so fun because you were gaming with your friends. Nowadays my friends live in different states, different countries even, and when I'm playing with them, well, there's not going to be any couch co-op. It's all online co-op, so it's a non-existent feature, even if it was there for me. Cool if you want it, I guess, but unnecessary in this day and age of Wi-Fi connected devices and whatnot. So I feel that it's just if couch co-op just died as in a whole, with the exception of same screen co-op, like I don't know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I would be fine with that. And the battle pass delay, I do find that one to be rather odd. Like, I don't understand. Are they having problems making you cosmetics to give away? Are they having problems making you, I don't know,
It's
colors?
that. I don't think they have a dedicated team to make, hey, here's our new Call of Duty comes out with new skins and new player skins and new Fortnite comes out with new players, new game skins, new dance emotes almost every freaking week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how you can't do this for a battle pass. I'm sorry to cut you off. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
The battle pass is lacking as a whole. Now the 30 level battle passes that they threw in there, the fracture events that they threw in there, those are real fun. It changes things up.
Yes, very fun.
I love playing the fracture events more than I like playing the regular battle passes, if I'm being honest, because it's chaotic. That's what I love about Halo. Has always been about Halo. The part that gets to me is that Halo has always been Halo Infinite is a fun game. The campaign is probably 343's best campaign. It's up there, guys. And if you disagree with me, I don't know what you're doing, but story-wise, gameplay-wise, sandbox-wise, the only downside to the campaign was that it only featured one biome. But if you play through the campaign, you figure out why. And they don't ignore the other biomes. They just weren't fighting for those biomes. It's the best campaign 343 has made. It's up there. And then the multiplayer, when it came out, everybody agrees it's fun. It feels like Halo. This is what people wanted.
Yeah,
but people are used to Call of Duty, Fortnite, everything else, just putting out new content, new maps at a much more rapid pace. I mean, 2 new maps with every new season, and the seasons are 6 to 10 months long. That's not a live service game, 343. I hate to tell you, that is not a live service game. If it was like 2 maps every 3 or 4 months, that'd be a little better. Right, because then you get at a minimum 6 new maps, maximum 8 new maps a year. That's a good flow for me, right? And people just have gone on this whole hashtag Fire343 thing, and I don't agree with it.
No,
343 is the Halo studio. They literally have one job, and that's Halo, but not just Halo Infinite. They handle MCC. They're still supporting a lot of the older Halos. Halo 5 is still being supported. They're handling a lot of the lore. They make sure that their stories that they write off are still lore accurate for those of us like me who care deeply about the lore. Right? It is important to us, to a campaign of people. And then the Forge. Outside of Griffball and SWAT, I can't think of anything that Forge has produced that has hit mainstream. And Griffball and SWAT were conceived back in Halo 3.
Well, yeah, but it's to me, it's not exactly the point as well. Yeah, you only got 2 maps, but it's in there. A lot of other, and plus it keeps you on there, keeps you interested in playing in the game when you have a game that's online and it's supposed to be last this long. I mean, Forza does it every year on Forza Horizon. Well, not every year, but you sit there and now you can make tracks and different things of that nature for the folks who love it. Yeah. It's just something who loves it. And I know 108 was sitting there saying Fortnite didn't start off this way. A lot of games did not start off to where they are now, where they have all this and this and that. What I'm saying is, as far as having a battle pass, as far as having multiplayer where you can play these games, you have had people who have put out games before you and pretty much gave you a great blueprint of how to run a battle pass, of how to do skins, of how to do drops. And you just totally just ignored a whole bunch of it. And yeah, you wanted to do a different way to, say Halo's a little bit different. And like I said, in the alpha, people were complaining that this is not working. As far as to progress in there. I have best friends who play PlayStation, but they love Halo. Come on, Halo. People who play Call of Duty and they won't play Halo because of the battle pass progression. They get on it and they just drop, because it forces you to play modes that you might not be interested in.
I hate some modes. Yeah.
Yes, it forces you to use guns that you would never use or care to use. It forces
Or can't get a hold of.
Yes, it forces you to play maps that you might not be the best at. You might be good at big team battle. You might be good at capture the flag, but you might suck at Fiesta. But to be able to get these challenges, you might have completed all of the challenges except the Fiesta challenges. And now you can't level up unless you play those challenges or you spend money to level up. And that's what I don't like. It seemed like in that thing they had an epiphany. Oh, we're going to do something that'll work. We're going to award you for playing our battle pass. You get points if you play, and you'll also get XP depending on how well you do in that match. You come on now. You just now figured that out. Or you just decided we're not going to go that route. It's just certain things like that is what it makes me mad. Is either you were, your nose was in the air and you thought this is going to work, this is something different, or you did not take a hard look on what multiplayer and first person shooters, battle passes, all those type of things do ahead of you. You just totally disregard it.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at what you're saying. Terry just typed in something super funny. I'm going to put it on the chat here. Yay, the eternal toilet paper king has returned.
But there's no smoke detector going off now.
That's right. There's no more smoke detector. So back to what I was saying. I don't disagree with what you're saying at all, Scrub. Forge. I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. I've been playing Forge maps since I kind of knew that you could. Back in the day in Halo 3, you had to download them. Halo 5 was much better. You could just select random Forge maps and it would load them in to everybody, which was, I think, the most streamlined way, because before you had to okay, I'm downloading this map. You download it too. And then you spend all this time downloading these maps and they suck. 99%.
I've never played a Forge map. No.
99% of Forge maps suck. Everybody thinks that Forge is going to be this great savior because they're seeing some awesome screenshots online. And I hate to break it to you guys, you are looking at the needles in the haystack online. And even then, just because they look good doesn't mean they play good. Good looking maps doesn't equate to good multiplayer flow. Right?
One of the most simplest maps in Halo is still one of my most favorite maps with me. It's 2 words. Say it with me. Blood Gulch.
Yep.
And it's a simple map. It's as simple
as you can get.
I love it.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say pew pew.
No, that's not a map. So, yeah, everybody thinks that Forge is going to be this amazing savior of Halo, and I hate to break it to everybody, it's not. 99% of people are going to make a map as simple as you can, like I did, just to unlock an achievement. And those maps are going to be in the rotation forever. So I don't know, guys. The Forge mode, yes, it's great for the people that really put their passion into it and can really make a good map. But for every good map you play on Forge, you will play 25 bad maps. It is very difficult to find a good player or community created map.
You want to build something? Play Fortnite.
If you want to build, there's a game for that. It's called Fortnite. No, it's just, I don't know, guys. So, but do I think 343 is mismanaged? I'm going to say they're mismanaged, and I'll tell you why. So, being an engineer, dealing with software and all this stuff, there's this thing of, I call, and I tell my bosses this, and I'm high enough level in my organization that I can say this. I understand some people can't say this. Where I have to tell them, give me a task, give me a deadline, and get out of my way. literally stop bothering me. Right? And we got stuff out. Me and my group, we got stuff out all the time. And then, but then you get some managers like this new guy we have that justifies his salary with meetings. He wants consistent updates on what's happening. And I got to tell you, I spend more time in meetings now than I do working to put product out. And now we're behind. Not because we couldn't do it, but because we were managed into it. And we were retasked. Instead of doing this, focus on this. The next day, instead of focusing, drop that now. Now you got to work on this. No, drop that now. Now you got to work on this. And I'm just giving an example of what I have experienced, guys. Do I think 343 is mismanaged? Yes, I do. So, for a lot of people, you just got to work with people the way they work. Me and my team, where I work at, we've consistently been, give us a task, get out of the way. We'll give you an update at the end of the month. And now it's turned into several updates a day and retaskings a day. And it's really bad management, in my opinion. So I don't know where the mismanagement is happening at 343, but it needs to stop. Whatever that is. Whatever type of mismanagement it is. All right, let's check it with the chat. All right, we had a nice little "Where is Shaddai" going on in the chat. Scribner said Shaddai will be back. Fastback said Eternal Shaddai is looking for batteries for that smoke detector. I think Shaddai is on the way to work. He'll be back. Let's see. Shaddai is out getting pizza. Doggy dog. He's changing the battery in his smoke detector.
And I changed it too.
That's right. Let's see. Let's check it with other. 343 has to change the regular sites of Halo to be games with a service. It's a change, but all games that do this don't release with tons of content. Examples: RB6, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Apex. Correct. Let's see. Fastback. So did no one enjoy the campaign? Are we going to dismiss the hard work 343 did on the campaign story? We know Keeley and others will at the Game Awards. Missing Forge, co-op, etc. should not diminish the story. Hey, I'm all about that campaign. I think it's awesome.
The campaign is
the story
awesome.
is good. Yep.
Yeah.
The visuals in the campaign, the old look of Halo, but also putting new stuff in, fantastic. We're just talking about where they're dropping the ball with this multiplayer and this yearly stuff.
Right.
The content should be out there. If it's taking this long, it's not. Like I said, the fact that Division 2 is steady putting out not battle passes, but drops and updates and new stories to play with 3-4 years later. And they announced that they're going to have 2 more.
Actually, 11 years. I saw the video. 11 years.
Campaigns. You're going to do one this month, I think, and then you're going to do another one in like November, December. But Halo can't pull off one. That's a problem.
Right. And by the way, Chad, I posted a poll in the chat asking if 343 should be removed from Halo and be given to someone else. Be sure to let us know how you feel in the chat, in the vote. All right, let's see. I think the problem is the new Slip Space engine. It's way more temperamental to work with than 343 would like to admit. I think you're right because it's brand new. However, the previous engine, it was time. That engine was the old Halo 2 engine, just consistently updated. And now the engine can no longer hold what 343 was wanting to do, probably go open world. So it was time for a new engine, including all the problems that come with new engines. Fortunately, they have a big engine team, I'm sure. Jago Coogan loved the Halo campaign. That's right. Let's see. The funny thing is they said 10 years of content, but it's more like 10 years of delays. Facts. That's what it's looking at like right now. I'll see. Lemon's in the chat. Now I'm talking like him. Facts.
Lemon.
Halo 5 was
right
awesome.
There.
Fans didn't want to see Chief as the bad guy, and that story came from the books. The way it was told. I like the story. I hate the way it was told. And I could give a crap less about
that story
Spartan
was
Locke.
chopped
No
up.
offense, but Locke was a bad character. Hey, Mike Bullish joins us from the original Next Level Gaming. Hey, Mike, thank you so much for stopping in. Jesse Darby, if I haven't said hello to you, hello. Let's see. And then the TP King returned. Let's see. Blood Gulch. Here we go. Blood Gulch. Blood Gulch. That's right. We got some Blood Gulch fans in. I'm just reading the chat, guys. I'm trying to scroll. You guys are really active today. I don't want to miss anything important that you guys say.
Yes, and we're glad you guys are here.
Yeah, well, this is a good problem to have, by the way, you guys.
I'm just glad that everybody could see the roll of toilet paper here.
Not sponsored.
That's right. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Get that logo off here. It's not sponsored. They don't get free advertising. I'm just kidding. But you can't excuse the mismanagement of the game because part of the game was good and the rest is subpar. But that's just the thing, Mike. Like, is it subpar really? Because when Halo came out, everybody agreed the campaign is great. And if you play multiplayer, everybody says it's fun. It's just lacking content.
Well, that's what makes it subpar. It's fun, but the way you structured that battle pass is ridiculous. And like you said, you don't have the drops and stuff. That's what takes away from it. But the mechanics of the gameplay is perfect. I think you can't take it away from them. They've been in first-person shooters and how to structure them forever and a day. They're pretty much one of the gold standards for years. So that part I can't complain about. It's just the way you go through a battle pass. If you're going to offer that battle pass, you like you said, you had a track record from multiple games to follow. You dropped the ball.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a content drop, and when they moved the multiplayer to this live service model, but they kind of kept the traditional model in there, and now they're trying to adjust it, and it's just not going smoothly. Let's see. Mike Mulder says Big Team Battle was broken. You know, I read that Big Team Battle was broken. I read what people were experiencing, and I got to tell you, I never experienced a single one of those things.
I've had all of it.
Really?
Yes.
Not a single one.
See, but this is the thing though. Big Team Battle was the best mode when you were doing all the freaking alphas and the betas and going. Big Team Battle was fun. The second you put it on for the server for everybody to play, broken. You would get kicked out of games. You'd be in the middle of the game would just pause. Folks would be together in groups and they would get kicked out of the groups. A lot of stuff that happens in Call of Duty.
I've experienced zero of those things.
Yes, it was a lot of it, and it wasn't just one day. This happened for at least about 6 months. At least 6 months. Wow. You would get on there and you would play 1 or 2 maps, work perfectly, kick you out, get back on there, kick you out. Or you would try to load in and you would just sit there. It wouldn't load you in the game. It happened for months, especially because in the beginning, especially you're with all your friends, or just say there was a lot of folks who are on YouTube who stream, who do podcasts. It'd be 10, 12 of us in a match together. We're sitting there talking, but you can't play together. You're sitting there in the game, in the chat, but you can't play together. Nobody would get in the game. Somebody was always kicked. It was a mess.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Splendiferous. Big Team Battle was awesome. People got to get better internet. Just saying. So don't blame Halo. Blame your internet service provider, guys. I'm not going to say that people didn't experience what they experienced. Obviously, they did, and it left a bad taste in the mouth. I certainly didn't, but I live in a major city. There is a Microsoft data center, a hop, skip, and a jump away. I mean, it is right here in the city.
Ooh, so, look how important you are. Yeah. I live in Louisiana. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't experience any of that. So, maybe it's just that I didn't have any packet loss. If you know internet terms, you might know what packet loss is. If not,
he got Gator internet.
I mean, I got 1 gig. But the download, but the upload speeds are not 1 gig like you would have in like maybe a New York or something like that. But it still works great. I have good times, but It has problems. Everybody doesn't have the same internet.
You know, it's so funny because my friend, he has gig internet too in California. And we were downloading a game to play. And I go, yeah, mine says it's already 40% done. He's like, 40%? Mine's only at like 20. What are you downloading? I go, what's your speed? He's like, yeah, it's like 80, between 80 and 90. And I go, really? I go, how slow is your internet? He's like, oh, I got a gig down. I'm like, oh, I have 400 down and I'm downloading at like 300 something. You know, but again, I live right next to the data center. So it's a little different probably. All right. Any last thoughts on Halo, guys? You know what? Let's get the chat's opinion. Terry, should 343 be taken off Halo and given to someone else?
Hold on, you have the final results?
Not yet. I'm just asking you.
I don't know. Oh. I voted meh. I'm probably the only one that voted meh, but that's me over there. Meh. I couldn't care less. I mean, you guys know I don't care. I don't care about Halo.
All right, Scrub Nurse, should 343 be taken off Halo and be given to someone else?
No, even with the problems, no. They know it better than anybody in that whole system of Microsoft. Let them keep having it. There might be some management problems that needs to be fixed. There needs to be somebody who can tie these people together and get it back on track where it needs to be as a pinnacle apex of this company. Got to do better.
Do better. All right. Should 343 be removed and given to someone else?
I on one end says yes, and the other one no. But I think I'm gonna say yes. Give it to somebody else because they're not very stable. They're really not stable. They screw up on they screw up on 5, and now they screw up on Halo Infinite. That's kind of long, way too long. So, yeah, give it to somebody else.
Boo this man. All right, I am not on the get rid of 343 off Halo side because they are the Halo studio. People are going to come and go from your business every day. Like, turnaround is a natural point in life, especially now with younger workers. A lot of them don't believe in staying at jobs for more than a year or two. So when people come and go, yeah, that's kind of the natural thing. And for those long-term people that become management, they got to learn how to manage, how to keep the ball rolling on it. So I think it's a learning process for not just them, but for every business. That's not an excuse. We've been doing this for a long time now. You are the Halo studio. You know how important Halo is. Phil Spencer himself said that if they lose Halo, they lose their identity. I believe that's what he said. Let me pull up the quote. If we lose our way with Halo, we lose our way with Xbox, says Phil Spencer. So Halo is incredibly important. 343 needs to get their act together. Do I think it needs to be given to another studio? No. Maybe at worst, new management needs to take over. But hopefully things straighten out more. The more that Stanton's vision comes to life, I feel that the better Halo Infinite will be, because from what I hear, he completely turned Halo from what it was to what it is. And he came in so late, we won't actually see the results of what his vision is for like another 2 years, maybe. So hopefully he's setting that groundwork. So let's see what they do. With all that being said, let me end the poll. Terry, how did the chat vote here?
All right. So should Xbox take 343 off Halo? 60% said no. We love 343. And then 25% said yes. And then the wise 15% said meh.
The wise. All right. Well, let's move on. Let's move on. Great first topic. Took up a good hour. So let's talk about other stuff. So let's go.
All right, everybody. I hope you're all doing fantastic. I got another game for you, one that I actually picked out last week, but unfortunately, I had to, postpone it. There's going to be a reason why that's unfortunate, But before I get into that, can I get a show of hands who likes RPGs? I'm sure most everybody here likes RPGs. RPGs.
Yeah,
I'm
All
getting
right.
better at liking it.
Getting better at liking them. Awesome. And then show of hands of who here likes D&D. Tabletop
Dungeons and
D&D.
Dragons, yeah, baby.
All
I
right.
still got my 20-sided die. Yeah.
Shaddai's not feeling it. All right. Well, I got you guys a game here that's going to tie into both of those. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the trailer, and then we'll talk into we'll dive into it a bit more. Apologies if this one's really loud. I know in the past videos I've shown I've had to crank up the volume, so I cranked it up. So I don't know. Figure it out. Enjoy.
A 1,000 years have passed since the cataclysm. The Manakalan Empire, all but forgotten. Many seek the lost secrets that lie at the heart of its ruins. Powerful magic, wielded only by the ancient masters of old. Now, evil forces seek to harness this power. Unless brave heroes stand to unite against them.
Let's go kill some monsters.
The designs look
We
good.
must find a way. Ensure that never again Celesta falls into an age of chaos and darkness. Without you, surely all will be lost.
Celesta, Crown of the Magister? Is that what it says?
It is, yes. All right. So, hold on, let me stop it from auto playing. Okay, so there you go. Celesta, Crown of the Magister. And this game is going to be one that, you know, for those of you who like the isometric style RPGs like I do, you know, it's going to be right up your alley. And I brought up D&D because Wizards of the Coast actually gave these guys a license to where they're able to use D&D's SRD 5.1 rule set. So everything you like about, you know, if you play the 5.1 version, everything that you like about that is available in this game. so there you go. They base off of that. So, you know, great tactical RPG. You got your turn-based combat. You got your party of 4. It's got online co-op, which is great. PC crossplay because this game is only available on PC and Xbox, and they have crossplay. So go ahead and enjoy that. You got your own character creation, which is, you know, pretty key. It's something that people, you know, kind of take for granted when it comes to the tactical RPGs. It's rare to get character creation. It's usually preset characters that you play with, so you can go ahead and make your own. So it's good stuff there. And yeah, it's basically you got to search the Elven Empire for jewels, you know, for like a powerful artifact and all the good, you know, kind of like your generic RPG, you know, high fantasy kind of storyline. But yeah, go ahead and check that out. It's sad news that I had to postpone it to this week because last week the game was actually on sale for $16 on Steam. For those of you who are PC gamers. But I'm sorry about that. That sale has now ended. Thank you, Axel. So now you gotta pay full price, $40. $40.
I'm sorry.
$40 on PC now. But
You know
if
he
you're
could hold it.
Xbox, if you're Xbox, I got some great news because it's on Game Pass. So
That's right.
Go ahead, download it, try it out, have some fun, and yeah. Just remember, if you're PC, it's all Axel's fault that you have to pay $40, not have $16 right now. So
This game is so good. You guys have to pay $70 for it, okay? Right, that's right. Jacob Coogan gets it. Hold on, let me just let it pop up here. Hold on a second. I knew this game was coming up. I just was trying to support the devs.
there you go.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, let's great choice there. I do love D&D. I love, you know, it's really fun because a lot of the games a lot of us love, like Knights of the Old Republic, were based on D&D. style rules of combat. So D&D is really they know how to make games.
Tabletop
yeah.
games.
Mm.
All right,
I
let's
said
move
that,
on.
I put my thumb down because it reminds me of the D&D that it was like a third person. I think it was. It was a 4-player co-op not too long ago.
I mean, D&D is
Unless if I'm wrong.
a co-op game, but it's not
Yeah.
just a co-op game.
There is one. There
It's
is
a set of
one.
rules.
I know they announced it, but I
There's quite a few of them actually that they have.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I
there's
know
several.
Terry was like very high, but when it came out
No,
wrong.
that more recent one, I can't remember what the heck it was called. It was a piece of crap.
You see,
But,
that's why I went
Yeah.
like this.
I've always enjoyed the tabletop versus the video games
Yeah.
for D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I like D&D so much that I love Stranger Things on Netflix because it's D&D based. You know, like their bad guy
Old
named
school.
Vecna
Yeah.
is from D&D, so it's really
Mhm.
you know the mind flayer. It's so cool.
All of that, yeah.
All of it, all the way. Let's move on to our next topic, guys. Jim, Crybaby Ryan
Oh God,
has
man, not
responded
that again.
to Phil Spencer in a new interview from what was it? Gamesindustry.biz. Now, this was brought up by Christopher Dring, September 7th. So a few days ago now, a lot of people have talked about this. I just want to give our take because, well, we haven't given our take yet. Now, he says that last week, Xbox revealed that it had provided a signed agreement, making it contractual, to guarantee Call of Duty on PlayStation with feature and content parity for at least several more years beyond Sony's existing contract with Activision. Xbox said this offer goes well beyond typical gaming industry agreements. So well beyond typical gaming industry agreements. However, Sony does not agree that it's typical. Jim Ryan himself said, I hadn't intended to comment on what I understood to be a private business discussion. Hold on, I gotta put on the Jim Ryan voice. But I feel the need to set the record straight because Phil Spencer brought this into the public forum, Ryan stated. Microsoft has only offered for Call of Duty to remain on PlayStation for 3 years after the current agreement between Activision and Sony ends. Almost 20 years of Call of Duty on PlayStation, their proposal was inadequate on many levels and failed to take account the impact on our gamers. We want to guarantee PlayStation gamers continue to have the highest quality Call of Duty experience, and Microsoft's proposal undermines this principle. All right, let's break this down.
BS.
So Microsoft agreed for 3 years after the current agreement, right? So I believe the current, well, haven't seen the contract. It is widely agreed on the internet by journalists and other people that current agreement is 2 years into 2024.
Right.
I believe it. I don't know if it's a time based, but I also heard it might be game based.
It's talking about game based. So a lot of people are saying, so if the two games would be this one coming out this year, and then if it's still running on that 2-year break, possibly 2024.
Possibly 2024.
Yes.
So it is for at least 2 more years, and then 3 years after that. 3 years after that. So that's going to take us into 2027 with Call of Duty being on PlayStation. And these new consoles released when? In 2020?
Yes.
2027 is new generation time, guys.
You mean their new refresh? You're talking about the new refreshes?
No, new generation. Usually generations are about 6 to 8 years. So new Xbox hardware, new PlayStation hardware, whatever those will be out by that time. So basically, they have guaranteed that PlayStation will continue to get Call of Duty for the lifetime of the PS5. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's too generous? Not generous enough? And, consider that just that timeline, that the whole PS5 generation, they're going to get Call of Duty. Let's go to Terry first. Terry, what's your take?
All right. Well, first, I want to point out that he said only 3 years. Like it was was like this insult. He's like, how dare you only offer me 3 years? I think that's being gracious that he offered them, and 3 years after the contract or whatever. So it's just a lot of whining. It's literally, he's not happy that he still gets it for an additional 3. I mean, yes, I can understand being upset to lose it altogether, but at the same time, it's business, and PlayStation has been in the business of taking things from their competitors for quite a while with exclusivity. They're like the kings of exclusivity. So now that the table has turned, he's gonna cry about it. So I'm just like, you know what? Stop being a hypocrite. Just get over it. You always tell us to suck it up, so suck it up. All right.
Fine, Xbox.
Suck it up. Most gamers tend to have more than one platform anyway, so it's not like those gamers are you still have access to Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And like the hardcore Call of Duty players that's like all they play, they're gonna play it wherever it's at, so whatever. So I mean, let them cry, okay? They've had so many things, exclusive things in games from Call of Duty, Destiny, all kinds of. There's a long list of games where they've had exclusive content that nobody else has had, so they can get off it. All right, I'm not feeling any sympathy. That's the whole. They make a big deal about how exclusivity is, matters. So, it hurts when it bites you in the ass. So
I don't know what he's expecting. Like, I feel that he's expecting a perpetuity agreement, which even if I was a third-party publisher, I wouldn't agree to a perpetuity agreement.
He says that this fails to take account the impact on our gamers. Like I said, those gamers, they're not your gamers. Those gamers are Call of Duty gamers. They're gonna go where Call of Duty goes. All right, it's gonna hurt your wallet because your user base is gonna fall. But they aren't necessarily loyal to PlayStation. They're loyal to Call of Duty, and they more than likely have stuck with PlayStation because it might have been their first console. And a lot of the times, whatever your first platform is, you kind of just stick with it because it's what you know. All right. So they're not necessarily loyal to you. It just happens to be what they fell into, and that's where Call of Duty is. So they never, had to venture away from it. Well, so boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. All right. I mean, gamers lose things all the time. When freaking Madden took, over freaking football games, I lost my game day, dang it. You know what? And I had to get over it. So, whatever. So, you're gonna lose Call of Duty, whatever.
Whatever.
If you want it so bad, allow Game Pass to be on your platform, and then people can still have it. There you go.
There you go. All right. Let's go. People are confused with the question I put in the chat. So I'm basically asking the chat: is 3 years too long, too short? Give your opinion, yes or no. If you don't have an opinion, I put I don't know in there. Basically, opinionless. If you don't know which way to go, but yeah.
But how do you answer if it's too long or if it's too short?
Oh
it's
yeah,
one way or the other. You kind of flubbed that.
Yeah, I did.
You got two different questions.
Let me re-ask it here.
Yeah.
We're gonna redo the question.
Like I said, I think it's gracious of them. They literally could have taken it as soon as the contract ends. And my understanding here from what he said was to remain in place for 3 years after the agreement. So he's getting 3 bonus years after the contract's over. That is gracious. That is gracious. He literally could have been like, hey, contract is done. It's gone. We're pulling it. And he's giving it to them, for a little bit longer time. More than likely, he's giving it to them for longer. My idea is he's probably letting them have it for 3 more years. Just so that they can have it, cook in the oven a little bit because, they want to try to focus on, kind of like rebranding the game and making it more of a better experience instead of hashing it out every year. So that gives them more time to get the next big one out. And then when that one comes out, boom, exclusive. That's what's going to happen.
Exclusive, that's right. When that new console generation hits.
So they're going to get 3 years of the same, washed up, copy paste stuff that they. And then like the new one is going to the new redoing of it is going to be the exclusive one.
Yeah. Okay, great. Scrub Nurse, before you got to get out of here and go save lives, let's get your opinion on this stuff.
I'm gonna be able to stay a little longer.
Oh, you are? Okay, let's come back to you. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fine. That's fine with me.
Silence.
I'm totally fine. You can come back to me. Yeah.
Let's get Scrub Nurse's opinion on this first sentence. 3 on the length of time of exclusivity. Keep in mind, guys, we haven't seen Final Fantasy. We haven't seen Bethesda. The last 2 Bethesda first-party games that have released haven't been on Xbox. They're exclusive to PlayStation right now for at least a year, maybe more. Final Fantasy has never come to Xbox.
Deathloop, Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, I mean, so remember, PlayStation is the king of exclusive
Final Fantasy
content
7
for X amount of years.
16.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 16, exactly. So,
7 remake.
What do you think?
This is total BS, and you're tipping your hand of what is important to you. You're basically showing that all your exclusives don't matter or don't match up for what you need to make your money. It shows and it proves that Call of Duty is what's pushing your console, which it pushes every console. It's Call of Duty, it's Madden, and FIFA. And of course you have like your 2K or whatever, but those are the ones who bring folks in more than anything. When we look at the Xbox 360 era and you had the marketing for Call of Duty, it was boom, 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 Call of Duty. Guess what? A lot of people, when PlayStation got the marketing rights and you could get your extra this or get your extra modes, get your extra maps, what did they do? They went and got a PlayStation. This is what I say a lot of times. And when you have exclusive games and you want this stuff, guess what you have to do? If I want to play Last of Us, I go get a PlayStation. I want to play Horizon Zero Dawn. What we got here? Got our Spider-Mans. We got our God of Wars. Guess what? I went and got a PlayStation to play the games that I want to play that are exclusive. Is everybody available to do that? No, and we do understand that. But here's the thing. Get over it. It's basically get over it because you're doing all of this stuff right now. You are holding stuff back. You are having games with extra maps in there. Like somebody put in the chat earlier, Hogwarts. Thank you. Don't clip that. Hogwarts Legacy. You have a whole mission that is straight to your game and exclusive. And if I have a bunch of friends and they make it where you can play your co-op or whatever, or play with your friends, yeah, I might get it on PlayStation. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But when you have that, like I said, for years, for shooters and different things of that nature, I had to buy a Call of Duty twice, or I bought Division to play with different friends twice. Here's the killer thing about this Call of Duty thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because guess what? If it's crossplay now, and I think the crossplay is what's going to kill more than anything, because it doesn't matter where your friends are in this game. It doesn't matter if your friends are PC. It doesn't matter if half your friends are PlayStation. It doesn't matter if your friends are Xbox. You can play wherever you want to and still play with all your different friends. You might not be on that particular console's chat, but you might be on Discord, or you might just be on the regular in-game chat, but you can still all play together. And that's what's messing up with Jim Ryan, because now guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a situation where you're going to have a game that's on Game Pass, whether it's $10, $15 versus on another console for $70. People are frugal with their money. Yes, you see a lot of people spend this, and I got a $2,000 PC, or I got this game, and I have every game Xbox ever made or PlayStation. I got 15 controllers. That's the rarity. That's not everybody. Not everybody has a wall of just money. Some people are going to say, hey, I just need to have a platform so I can play this game with my friends. And when you have a console, especially like something like the S, which can be dropped down easily to $250, which it has been already. Just think another holiday season roll around, and you can get it for that price. A new Call of Duty game, easy.
Easy.
Is
Easy
it
decision for parents.
Yeah, is it?
I
Is
have
it
a
going to
question
hurt?
for you, Nurse. Doesn't Sony pay extra to play crossplay like they mentioned
people
with
pay
the
them.
Epic and
They have.
mm-hmm,
That's what I'm saying.
People
And
pay them
the
the
problem.
crossplay tax.
Yes, and the problem
mm-hmm.
is all of this information is getting out. This is why Jim Ryan also too wants this to be longer, because it's not inadequate. What did we talk about? A next gen console is usually 6 to 8 years away. You count this, you count your extra 3 years. There's a possibility the next gen console comes out on an Xbox, marketing on the box, and it has COD on the cover.
Exclusive.
No. I'm not saying exclusive. No, I don't think they'll ever take Call of Duty off of PlayStation because it's making too much money. Minecraft is making too much money. Whatever game else, keep it on PlayStation. Like you said, you're gonna make money both ways. If it's $70 on there, say, and you got it on Game Pass, say if you don't have it on Game Pass, say it's $60, you got a cheaper ecosystem on here, but the way they're pushing everything Game Pass, you're going to have cheaper Game Pass, and you'll still be able to play with your PlayStation friends. But the mindset of it being the next Call of Duty on Xbox, and you have the marketing rights, and you have a cheaper console like a S, which will be, or whatever the new console is, people will move. We see people move. People move just because of DRM, which everybody does now. Every console does now.
That's right. I remember
But people moved from Xbox to PlayStation just because of an announcement on TV. So you think people won't move because their favorite game that they play, sometimes their only game that they play, move to another console? People move to PlayStation just because you could get the beta faster. Because you could get the beta first, or you could only play the beta on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
The people move where the game is. The hardcore gamer is the one who's fighting the war about this, or is it fair, or is it this or that? The people who just want to play their game, they're going to go where they can get in sometimes the cheapest, and they can get what more I can get for it. Can I get the game cheaper? Do I get extra skins? Will I have to be able to chance to play the beta earlier? And nobody wants to see that game that is so touted and so many people are going to jump on a box that the other one can't put on a box. Lots of people think PlayStation games are exclusive because you'll see the commercial, and then at the end, what does it say? PlayStation. And it's cross-platform. It's on everything. But because you see PlayStation at the end of it, now what if you see Xbox and then come around during the holidays when mom and dad has to go pick up the console for their kids, and the kid says, "Oh, I love playing Call of Duty." All they're going to do is walk around and see a box cover says Call of Duty console. Boom, got it. Boom. And guess what? You got the Call of Duty on there, and it says pick it up with Game Pass. And what does most consoles when you get it? You get 1 month, 3 months free of Game Pass. So you mean to tell me I can get a console and not even have to pay for Call of Duty and get Call of Duty for my kid, and they got it on Game Pass?
That's right. And then you get another subscriber because that will run out. They'll still want to play Call of Duty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is all a move, and this is what Jim Ryan is mad about.
You can't compete with Phil Spencer's intelligence, man.
This is not more of, I don't think COD's ever going exclusive. Like they said, they might put a map or something or a beta,
I
but I
highly
don't.
doubt it because they said content parity.
Yeah, and I think what Sony is putting all this stuff out to force Microsoft's hand to put in a written document that this is going to be in perpetuity. And if I
would
was
not do that.
Microsoft, I would never sign that, especially all that money to force me to agree to that. So you can possibly force my hand later on down the road or to sue me because I changed my mind on something else. Okay.
Yeah, or because the crossplay tax. Well, see, now that it's in perpetuity, we're going to charge you a much higher crossplay tax.
Yeah,
No way. No,
it's ridiculous. I would not do this. I would keep Call of Duty on there. It's a cash cow, whether it's bad or good. I've said this 100 times, and I'm not right on a lot of stuff, or maybe I am. But pretty much most of the stuff I've been saying on Call of Duty is right. And it's not because I'm a genius. It's because I play Call of Duty every day, and I know the people who play Call of Duty.
Does Jim Ryan play Call of Duty every day like Pixel
Slap? Jim Ryan don't play any games, and it's obvious.
Yep, I believe it. I'm with you.
Jim Ryan is a money man. This is
He's a businessman.
This is the same person that says nobody plays old games. Well, then why you keep remastering crap?
Damn it, the new done metric.
We believe in generations. Well, everything keep going to PS4 and PS4 Pro that were supposed to be PS5 exclusive. How many games of PS5 exclusives? Look, investors, fastback, yeah. You might think investors won't want it on PlayStation. Investors are not
they're not gamers.
They're not gamers, and they don't care about that minutia. Investors care about how much money is that bringing into my thing, and this is what you're going to see. This is what you see easily when you get your quarterly reports with Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is just like Game Pass, or Call of Duty is just like a console. Okay, you buy Call of Duty for the game, you buy the console. But guess where you make the money? On the software. You buy Call of Duty.
Investors are going to care because, be invested. Part of your 5% of your dividends is Xbox revenue.
Right.
And they're talking about increasing that to 15%.
But here's the thing, too. You buy Call of Duty.
They care how much money those Xbox branded things are going to make, including, in the future, Call of Duty.
Yeah, but the microtransactions off Call of Duty, the skins, the battle passes. That's why I'm saying that Halo is messing up. You get about 6-7 battle passes in a year. If they're going 2 years with Call of Duty, that's 14. Guess what? You're paying $10 a battle pass. If you pay the premium, you're paying $20 on a battle pass. 7 times in a year, that's $140. You already paid your $60. Or who cares if you got it for $10 or $15? You just might put in $140 in 2 years in there. That's not counting every time you want to buy a skin that's $10 or $20. That's not counting every time you want to buy a skin that's $5, $10. All of that stuff adds up. It just gets you in there. It's almost like a drug deal. Hey, man, your first taste is free. Your first taste is free, man. Or I'm gonna cut you a deal. Once you get hooked, you steady buying. You steady buying because you love it. So that's what it is. Why would you cut off half of consoles and make it exclusive and lose out on that money when you could be making money on both ends? Folks can still think your console exclusive. If you say, I will never play it on the Xbox, guess what? You can play on PC. If you say, I'll never play it on consoles, guess what? You play it on PC. If you just say, I'm only going to play it on PlayStation, fine. Buy the game, play it on PlayStation, and I'll still get the money off the $70 you got, and I'll still get the money off the battle passes you pay into and all the skins, because we know you're going to pay the battle passes. What up, Dut? And you're going to pay the money to get the skins because all your friends got the skins. They're cool. They can be addictive if that's what you're in and you don't mind spending the money. Jim Ryan is only mad because he might be worried it goes exclusive and he wants something written down. But I don't think it's going to be exclusive. It's going to be mind share. It's going to be on both consoles, but you have it to advertise. You have it on your box and you have a cheaper version. Look at MLB The Show. People played MLB The Show. You put it on Game Pass. Guess what? I played MLB The Show, put it on Game Pass, $15 a month. I'm already playing it.
I
Guess
played
what?
MLB The Show.
You know how
And I
many
hate
people
baseball.
Yeah, you know how many people bought that on Xbox, especially the first year it came out, because it was the Jackie Robinson edition,
Mhm.
even though it was on um, Game Pass. And plus, we used to have baseball. I used to play baseball, that 2K baseball game. I bought it every year. Played with the Yankees. I would play through the season, or I would build my own character and play through that. And we didn't have baseball on Xbox for years. We finally get Xbox baseball back on Xbox. Folks are going to buy that game. Folks are going to play that game. But guess what? I don't have to pay the $70 that PlayStation has to do it. It's egg on the face. And then when MLB came to Xbox for the first month or maybe past that, it was one of the biggest games that folks were buying on Game Pass. So you think with baseball, like with Axel saying, oh, it's boring, I don't want to even play that. What are they going to do when it's Call of Duty? And I know I've been rambling on, but Jim Ryan, the thing is, it's the mind share and the marketing. Yes, they even said it in their thing. We don't think it's fair for the market, because if you have it on Game Pass, folks will start buying Xbox consoles.
That's right.
If you make God of War exclusive, people are going to buy PlayStations. That is a horrible argument. You are so mad. Your arguments are just ridiculous. Yes, if it's exclusive, people are going to buy it on whatever console it is to play it. If you make it good enough and something that somebody wants to play, yes, that's what's going to happen. But that's not the reason to say that this acquisition can go through, because if it does, people are going to buy the other console and we're not the other console. So you can't let this happen. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Right. And for them to keep putting stuff out, it makes you look bad. It makes you look worse every time.
Yeah.
Thank you. 108 Dragon said it. Yeah, I hadn't heard one person that says if it goes to Xbox, they're not going to play it. As long as it's cross-platform and you can buy it on both consoles, folks are never going to not buy that game. They might say it on Twitter, and Twitter is like 1% of gamers. The folks that you see ranting and raving, the folks who like us are on a podcast, that's 1% of gamers. Probably less than that.
Way less.
So, yeah, if you hear us yelling, that is not always going to be the consensus.
Let's check in with the chat. Great points from Scrub Nurse. As always, very well articulated, Scrub Nurse. Let's check in. Boogeyman comes in. He says, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Boogeyman. Thank you so much for stopping in. I saw Time Drago in here. Time Drago says Sony is poking the beast too much. Yeah, I think you're right. I've long said that I feel that Sony PlayStation could easily beat Xbox. Easily. But now they're competing against Microsoft, and it's a different game. They were not prepared for it.
Big bank, take little bank.
That's right. That's right. Let's see. Where are we at? Jesse Darby says, on top of it, they can renegotiate every 3 years. What Jim Rohn wants is a document statement that if they get it forever, and that's not how business runs. Exactly. I would never sign such a business. I agree with you. Mike Wallace says, as I said, Phil Spencer allows Sony to dictate what Microsoft does. If Phil Spencer allows Sony to dictate what Microsoft does with Call of Duty, then Satya Nadella should fire him. I agree. But I don't think he will. I really don't think he will. So let's see. Ryan should know better that when you pay for exclusivity, you don't care what your competitors think. Oh, suck on that. Let's see. Jigo Coogan is saying that Hogwarts gets that exclusive mission. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jim Ryan is a hypocrite. He definitely wasn't thinking about Xbox gamers when he made Destiny and Call of Duty content exclusive and paid to keep games off Game Pass. You want it, Jim? Put Game Pass on PlayStation. You know what? The day PlayStation allows Game Pass to go on there, it's going on there. Microsoft has said as much. Not directly, but indirectly. And then there was the question fiasco. Let's see. Boogeyman says, I think it's a bad idea for Microsoft to remove Call of Duty from PS5 because in the long run, it will hurt PlayStation more to have it. I get okay. Yeah, let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going here. The only ones that can block this deal is the FTC. The FTC doesn't necessarily block deals. They just pull up concerns saying that they don't want to allow the deal to go through, so they will. Then it goes back to the person wanting to make the deal. They have to choose whether to make their arguments in court or not.
This deal's going through regardless. If the FTC blocks it, then it'll go to court, and the government is not going to allocate the money to keep that going back and forth in court and appeals and match that with Microsoft's money. It's not going to happen. The deal's going to go through. Plus, you got to understand that Microsoft has its own lobbying firm that they talk to, all these different senators and congressmen and women, which I don't like money in politics, but because there is money in politics, this is going to go through eventually. Everybody's going to grandstand and say this is ridiculous, and then when it comes time,
it's bad for gamers.
Yeah,
this is
then
why
when
it's good for gamers.
Yeah, when it gets time to actually do anything, nothing's going to get done.
Then boomers that should have retired from Congress 40 years ago are going to tell you what's good for gamers and what's bad for gamers who don't game themselves. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Let's not get into that. Let's see. And Sony would make that exclusive day one. Absolutely. I agree. Exactly. No one would be asking exclusivity questions.
And us that play Xbox, we're used to it. Some goes announced, play. Oh, well, I guess I can only play it on PlayStation. But now that, it's on the hands, it's in the other hand or on the other foot, all of a sudden it's, every time I hear that, it makes me think of Dirt. Oh, why you do that to us, Phil?
Oh my God, the crying PlayStation voice he does is so good.
It's ridiculous.
He's so funny. Dirt is so entertaining. Let's see. He says he cares about the gamers. Did he care when Xbox gamers don't have Final Fantasy VII Remake, Street Fighter V, Destiny content, Ghostwire, Seafood, Deathloop? Oh, please, my heart bleeds gorilla piss for him.
Yep, it's true.
Gorilla piss. When do you guys come up with this stuff? Oh, my goodness. Oh my gosh. Of course, he's losing mind, though. Call of Duty will be the best game. It is all about mindshare. Notorious got it here. It is all about mindshare, and he knows that once Xbox gets Call of Duty, even if it does have parity with PlayStation, they're never going to be able to put Call of Duty on their box again.
PlayStation's biggest game every year is Call of Duty. It's not their exclusives.
Yeah,
it's Call of Duty. Same with Halo. It's not their exclusives. It's Call of Duty.
Yeah, for a company that's all about their exclusives and keeps flaunting their exclusives, they sure aren't carried by their exclusive. Not like Nintendo is. Right? So, yeah, neither Xbox nor PlayStation are in the boat that Nintendo is. Nintendo is carried by their exclusives, not the other way around.
Over 100% attach rate on a lot of their games.
Yeah, Nintendo sells more copies of games than they have systems out there. It's crazy.
Yep.
Who wouldn't want that? But we're getting off topic here. Let's see. I think they should allow PlayStation the privilege of having Call of Duty and just make Crash Bandicoot and the rest of Activision catalog exclusive, including Diablo. I think so too. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe Activision Blizzard will be their non-exclusive branch, like Mojang is. Nothing Mojang has put out has been exclusive. Not Minecraft Dungeons. Minecraft Legends is not going to be exclusive. So you never know how Xbox will task these studios. So yeah, Jim should be lucky from Splinter for yelling it out. Let's see. I agree with Mike. My heart bleeds gorilla piss might be my favorite comment of all time. Splinter Scrub Nurse is always right.
Thank you.
That's right. Yeah. Axel, you should add that PlayStation has the early beta for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 later this year. Absolutely, they do.
Because they have the
Absolutely, they
marketing
do.
rights.
Yep.
Don't fall for it. Look, another thing on these betas for Call of Duty, do not fall. Now, if you want to buy it early and pre-order it, fine, but do not fall for the do it to play the beta. I'm going to play the beta on PlayStation, and then the next following week I'm gonna play it on Xbox. You'll just be like a day too late. They're going to have the beta for the pre-orders for 1 or 2 days, and then they're going to open it up for the whole system for couple of days. Then the next week they're going to open it up early for the pre-orders on Xbox, and then they're going to open it up for the folks who didn't pre-order and PlayStation all together on the second week. So you do not have to pre-order to play this beta.
Exactly. Sony is trying to make it look like Xbox has limited gamers to play Call of Duty when Xbox has provided more ways to play their exclusive on PC, mobile, and consoles. Xbox should now offer Call of Duty on Switch now. Yeah, I think they should. I agree. You know, Switch has a cloud infrastructure. If they can get Game Pass on there, hey, why not? Let's see. Crazy Greek dude joins us. He says, "Hey, all day was busy starting from the beginning." Oh man. Okay, well, we'll see you in an hour. Let's see. I don't care if Call of Duty stays on PlayStation. It's a license to print money. Absolutely. Nobody cares. You're still going to get the same game. And as Phil Spencer said, other people playing your game shouldn't deter your enjoyment of the game. If it does, you're gaming for the wrong reasons. So let's see. And to be honest, I think Microsoft really wants this deal because of mobile and Candy Crush. We'll talk more about mobile later, but I agree with you. Inflation Station Jim Ryan don't even play games. He has a number, man. If he cared about his gamers, he raised the price in a pandemic. He's making devs pay for crossplay. Yeah,
he's milking them.
Let's see what else do we have here. I'm trying to catch up to the chat as fast as keeping. Shaddai, who are you gonna go be with to get the cell block upgrade? That's right. He's right now. He's in the toilet. He's in the supply closet, hiding out.
Well, actually, this is an order that Axel actually requested since last weekend. You know what I mean?
I don't order that toilet paper brand. You know, that's too low end for me. I don't want no splinters. Let's see. Dirt Griggity is in. Hey, Dirt, thank you so much for stopping in. Appreciate you.
Hey, but it's like the sewing paper, so it'll make your butt kind of smooth anyways.
That's right. That's right. Oh, Mr. Kina joins us. Hey, Mr. Kina, thank you so much. Microsoft has military contracts with the U.S. government. Okay, cool. They do. Most big companies do. Fred Unreal Zone is in. Hey, Fred Unreal Zone. He says, Jim Ryan is destroying the reputation that Sean Layden built the last generation. Possibly.
That's true.
I mean, I guess so. I know that Sean Layden was very traditional style.
That's why he's gone.
PlayStation guy. But that's also why he's gone. They need the money.
They bringing in the money with Jim Ryan. When Jim Ryan was head over Europe, they were making the most money for PlayStation. That's why he's in charge, to bring money for what quarterly profits, what we talked in earlier, for the investors. Got to bring in that money, show growth quarter over quarter. Yeah, and that's why stuff's going to PlayStation and PC, and while they're making like a Game Pass equivalent, and the reason why it's not equivalent, and the reason why they don't want all this stuff happening with Xbox, because it's forcing them eventually you'll see this. They're putting their first part. They're gonna have to put their first parties in there as well. They might not put a day and date, but eventually they'll have to keep up.
That's right. Let's see. Stubbs Gaming. Hey, welcome, Stubbs Gaming. He says, back from the dead, Xbox paid for exclusive deals for Call of Duty back in the 360 days. Correct. For the advertising rights. I agree. Let's see. Fastback says nothing wrong with exclusives. It gives identity to a product, but exclusives are not the only thing we play on these platforms. Far from it. Far from it, sir. Sir X-Man says, why does everybody think Sony crying about Call of Duty is the only thing it's about? It's about hundreds of the other IPs that Activision has, and Xbox can redevelop them for the console only. Because they're only talking about Call of Duty. Let's be honest, Sir X-Man. Yeah, they have other IPs, but in the responses that we saw in Brazil, and now the public statements that Jim Ryan has put out, they are literally only talking about Call of Duty.
Not only that, and
So
what is it called?
If they are, sorry, go ahead, should I?
No. What came up to mind was the UK trying to back Sony up. That was kind of weird too.
Hey, that's what lobbying does. If they were concerned about anything else, they would have mentioned something else, but they weren't. So that's just what I said. That's my opinion. All right. Split Difference asks you a question, Terry. Why that face? It's the only one she has.
My face. Enjoy my face.
That's right. All right, Shaddai. Let's go back. Let's refresh because it's been a while here. Here we go. Microsoft has only offered for Call of Duty to remain on PlayStation for 3 years after the current agreement between Activision and Sony. After almost 20 years of Call of Duty on PlayStation, the proposal was inadequate on many levels and failed to take into account the impact on our gamers. We want to guarantee PlayStation gamers continue to have the highest quality Call of Duty experience, and Microsoft's proposal undermines this principle. Thoughts, Shaddai?
Very easy. And I see Jim Ryan saying, Call of Duty is pretty much what brings us money. But wait. But what happened with Naughty Dog is like the #1 studio that you guys have. Yeah, but it's not on the same level of Call of Duty. So you're pretty much like saying they're crap. You're putting the other studios saying crap, and the one that you care about is Call of Duty, no matter what.
Yeah.
So you're putting other studios really under the rug, right there, like really bad. And also because Jim Ryan thinks just because he has been, let's put it this way. Yes, Sony has been on top all the time on console sales, on a lot of stuff, even though people doesn't care about hardware, but that without hardware we don't get no software. But anyways, that's just me, my opinion. But he feels like he's entitled. When you're on top for so long, and somebody's playing the chess game like you're playing for so long, now you don't know what to do. And I think, and I'm with Scrub, because remember, they have the money. Sony doesn't. So now you're being afraid, but you bought Destiny, which is somewhat the same. It's not on the same caliber, let's put it this way. Activision is a whole different monster. I understand that. But you're doing the same thing. Phil Spencer, long time ago, said, is that okay? We could put Xbox Game Pass in your console. He said no. Said no, I don't want it. You know why? Because then after that, they have to decide, the PlayStation gamers, between PlayStation Now and that one. So he said no. Now, Phil just said, we send them an offer to see if they want it. We just got the answer. We give you 3 more years, and then after that, it's going to be a day-to-day basis. If we could give you another 3 years. Now Jim Ryan said, no, it's inadequate. Really? Are you trying to say no, it's either our way or no way, when they could say, like, you know what, you don't get anything? It's simple as that. You're not going to get anything. So they feel that they entitled just because they've been in first place or market leader, which I know they're using that power against Microsoft. But in reality, it's not going anywhere. It's really not going anywhere. Yes, the way I see it is that yes, they're businessmen. It's all for the money and whatever. But at the end of the day, we as consumer, when we don't like something, we
Mhm.
pretty much not buy it. We pretty much not buy it. An example, I know it's a little bit off, but it's the same thing that happened with Star Wars Battlefront 2. It was only a game, like I said, that's for the money, but they receive a big hit. They receive a big hit from all the backlash. So that means we do have a say. No matter what, we do have a say. We could say no. But Jim Ryan thinks like he's entitled of it. He's manipulating in so many ways while other companies are looking at Sony like, what are you talking about? They do have competition. Like last time, they have competition with Rainbow Six Siege and PUBG and all that. And they're the only one that say, no, there's nothing compared to it. And even, what is it called? Jaffe? He even say, man up.
Yeah.
He even said it. Man up. You say you can compete, so make something better. And for me, I'm not gonna say it's on the same level, but for me, if Somnia could create Resistance back, there's a possibility because Resistance is really good. But hey,
Insomniac can't do everything for that company.
no, and that's the thing. But the thing is that it's like there's stepbrother
So
of
calm.
Naughty Dog
Yes.
because it's just the way I see it. It's like Naughty Dog is good in one thing, while Insomnia is good in another thing. Like they're meant for each other, but like in different way or something because they make really good games. But like you said, they can't depend on Insomniac. So what's the point of having all this studio and you afraid of it? Really?
Right.
You so that means you don't have faith on the rest of your studios. That just said that you pretty much putting morale to the ground for the rest of the studios right there. Just because you're focusing on Call of Duty. That's just my take.
There you go. All right. Good take from Shaddai. A Trust City Knights chimes in. Hey, Xbox crew, it's been a while since I've caught this live. It's been since Noof left the scene. Didn't know what's still going on. Good to see. Yeah. Be sure to subscribe. Like and subscribe to my channel, Atrocity. Appreciate it. Still glad people are discovering the channel, by the way. Don't lie, Shaddai. CMA isn't blocking Sony up after all Final Fantasy or all for crap's sake. But please research. Okay.
Yeah, CMA isn't backing up Sony, like trying to help them out. Like they said, these governing bodies, they don't hardly know what's going on forward. They're just listening, and a lot of times too, these do go in steps. A lot of people have been saying before CMA even got their hands on it to go through the process that it was going to definitely go through a first, possibly second, and then they also have a third step when they're going through acquisitions to see if the way to do it. This step 2 is just a fact-finding process. I think it'll be good.
No, what I said that it was joking, but I'm with you. When it comes to those things, yes, it does. The process takes long. It really long, and sometimes you have to pretty much, revise it again to see if it's good for business, the consumer, because I know they're trying to look all around all the surroundings, the competition. It shouldn't be better than the other, the customers and all that. But I guess it's the rewarding or anything like that because that's what it sounds like. Even though they're trying to say no, that's not what we meant. We're trying to say like we need to revise it again and again and again to see how we feel about it. But probably it was because of the rewording because I read it so many times like that sounds like trying to back them up, but I know it's not, but that's what it sounds like.
The argument that the CMA put out is one thing, but I don't feel like breaking down the CMA argument. So
no, me either.
So yeah, here we go. So the back to this here. the fact that Jim Ryan he says they have only offered for Call of Duty to remain on PlayStation for 3 years. It's like, dude, that's all you're gonna get. If I was Phil Spencer, I would not budge on that. Not at all. It's either it's a take it or leave it deal.
That's nice to give the extra 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's like somebody, like if I give somebody a ride every day to work and I go on vacation and they get upset because I'm not going to give them a ride anymore. It's like, dude, get your own car, find another ride for a week, do something, right? I have zero remorse.
Use Uber.
Yeah. So the other part I want to see this. He said, "Oh, it was inadequate on many levels and failed to take account of the impact on our gamers." You know what? It's not Xbox's job to care about your gamers. That's your job.
Exactly.
Xbox cares about Xbox gamers. Like, what do I care? I just care. I'm just trying. Phil is a nice guy. Phil's a real nice guy. He's out there putting the hand out, trying to make it so that everybody gets content parity. And he says, we want to guarantee PlayStation gamers continue to have the highest quality Call of Duty experience. Well, guess what, man? You can't dictate what Microsoft does, right? If they own the brand, they own the rights to say what they want. So I think this is what he means by the highest quality content. This is the exclusive content, the betas early, the map packs 30 days early, the Play Zombies Onslaught mode first on PlayStation. Play new content first on PS4, all that stuff. That's going to go away. That highest quality content, too bad. So sad. It's not there, and Microsoft's proposal undermines this principle. I don't think it was Microsoft that undermined this principle, is that you became dependent on it. Instead of, PlayStation, for all their bragging and all our games are the best. We make the best games. We have critically acclaimed games. Cool. But do they sell? That's the biggest question. Like and I'm going to compare this to the movie industry. Very rarely do I agree with the Academy Awards for the best movie of the year. I have maybe agreed twice in my lifetime for the movie of the year, and it's usually some movie that I've never heard of. It's so artsy fartsy, I don't care.
Yeah, it's always like this indie thing that no one's ever seen.
Yeah, it's so bad. But you know what? You give me Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Transformers or Star Wars movie, and I'll tell you what, that was my movie of the year. So you can have all these critically acclaimed games. Cool. But you can't blame Microsoft for, undermining the principle that Call of Duty experience is on there. It's your fault for not making a shooter. Now, I feel that PlayStation has resolved their problem, so it gets rid of that argument by purchasing Bungie. So if I was Microsoft, I'd shoot back with, hey, you know what? They are competing with Call of Duty. There's this little game called Destiny. It's a big game. Destiny is a huge deal to a lot of people. So it's not like they don't have the IPs to compete. And no, they did not organically grow Destiny. Okay, they bought into it. They bought their way into the shooter realm and to the multiplayer realm, because outside of Destiny, I don't know any multiplayer PlayStation game that has done well.
Hey,
And
Lawbreakers.
as I said, Destiny is only recent. What did you say, Shaddai?
Hey, Lawbreakers.
You should be quiet. We're going to mute Shaddai for now with that crap.
SOCOM was awesome, but like I said, it might be some.
SOCOM is way too serious. It is not arcadey Call of Duty.
Well, it don't have to be, but at the time, at its height, it really wasn't Call of Duty going around like that anyway. It was just in its, infancy. SOCOM was a great game with a lot of people playing on it, especially because you had, the mind share and so many people on PlayStation. Of course, it's in the vein of most PlayStation games going to be a third person over the shoulder, but guess who is all playing third person over the shoulder shooters now? Fortnite.
PUBG.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they bring back SOCOM, you will get a fan base coming to play that game.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Mm-hmm.
Most of your favorite what we talked about earlier, Advanced Warfighter with Ghost Recon, third person over the shoulder. Great game. So they can do it.
They could. And I mean, like I said, they don't need to do it anymore. They got Destiny. They got Bungie. And whatever future, I'm sure that Destiny will continue to be multi-plat, but I can almost guarantee that whatever Bungie puts out next is going to be PlayStation ecosystem, whatever that is, only. As it should be, and I have no problem with that. I would be surprised if it's not.
It's not going to be exclusive because Bungie will walk. That's part of their deal. Man. It's the deal when they got acquired was that they stay multi-plat.
Yep.
And we know Bungie breaks deals. They left Microsoft when they got tired of it. They left Activision when they got tired of it. If Sony forced them, because it would be a breach of contract for them to be exclusive, they will walk.
Yep.
They could try to make their janky Uncharted multiplayer better. just putting that out there.
Does Uncharted even have multiplayer?
Uncharted has multiplayer, and they cried. They cried when they heard that they weren't going to get it, and so then they got it. But it's
wait, you're talking about The Last of Us, because The Last of Us.
No, Uncharted. Uncharted does too.
Yeah. And that's why I say they need to bring back SOCOM and have that as their exclusive shooter, and you will solve some of those deficiencies.
You know, I just don't see why make this statement. Like, Microsoft offered them 3 years. That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. Most people agree that's pretty good.
Yep, gracious.
Yep. After 20 years, they failed to take into account the impact on our gamers. They don't need to. Argument is null and void right there. We want to guarantee PlayStation gamers continue to have the highest possibility Call of Duty experience. You probably should have bought Activision if you wanted to guarantee it.
Ego. I also feel that's ego to insinuate that PlayStation gamers can only have the highest Call of Duty experience if it's on PlayStation. How can you go and say that it performs better on PlayStation? I mean, PC would blow it out of the water.
Right. And I think that's the other thing now that, they know that Microsoft is going to put this everywhere, and they're going to advertise it on Xbox, and they're no longer going to have that advertising rights. Like, there's a reason why PlayStation has paid for that marketing rights for so long. I think it was the dumbest thing in the world for Xbox to give up that marketing rights. In my opinion, they should have kept it.
One of their worst mistakes.
Don Matrick, you're killing me. But
they kill everybody.
Don Matrick, I don't think that guy made a single smart decision the entire time he was there. Screw him. He's another topic for another day. The whole situation just reeks. Now, me being me, I went and listened to some other podcast, and PlayStation centric podcasts are clapping for Jim Ryan to have said these things, because they're like, yeah, he should be fighting for us. Yeah, he should be guaranteeing us the best Call of Duty experience because we've always had it. It's always been ours. We're the best. Listen to this. They say ours as if they own PlayStation, right? All this stuff. They continue to say, they cloud their arguments with other topics that I don't want to talk about. But the general idea is that even though we think this is a terrible thing to say, and most media people agree that this makes PlayStation look weak. The PlayStation fanatics love that he said it, which I don't understand. Like, since when is whining and crying looked as strength? Like, Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard. They're going to get Call of Duty, and you should just be. And if they're offering you Call of Duty, then you take what they give you because you're not getting anything else. That's all there is to it. Oh, what's going on here? Somebody here is approaching my door. Sorry, guys. There might be some knocking here soon. Any last thoughts on this? I think between Scrubners, Shaddai, myself, and Terry, we've said everything we need to say about this.
Suck it up, Nancy.
Suck it up, Nancy.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Sorry, guys. I'm like half distracted because I'm looking outside my door here. Somebody has pulled up, and I don't know what they're doing. Sorry. I don't know.
You just said it.
Yeah. Anyways, our next topic is Ubisoft Forward. Let me get rid of this. Let's. Hold on. The chat poll. I almost forgot about the chat poll. It's been so long. Terry, how did the chat do?
All right. Is 3 years too long or short to guarantee COD on PS5? 50% said meh. They couldn't care less. 46% said it's too long. How dare they? They shouldn't be doing that. Make it exclusive day one. Boom. And then 3% thought it was too short, that it should actually be longer. Interesting.
Interesting. Wait a
One person thought it was too short. One person's like, we gotta let PlayStation have it longer. All right.
we have.
I'd rather take them.
Listening to us, which is fantastic. Welcome to the show. As long as you're respectful, you are welcome here. You know. Yeah. So let's move on to Ubisoft Forward. Terry, your favorite company, had an event, and lots of stuff was said. A nice 3-hour-long event. If you count the pre-show, it was 3 hours.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the pre-show, to be honest. I just watched the hour, and I think it was like an hour and a half-ish for like the regular show.
That's right.
Yep.
Which I had to catch it later because I was at work.
Too.
But that was great because I got to skip the things that I didn't care about, like Netflix.
Still Screaming says I didn't vote. Hey man, it was up there. Sorry. Sorry.
It was up there a long time.
For a long time, yeah. So let's go to Terry. Terry, overall thoughts on Ubisoft Forward. Let's get some general thoughts on it.
All right. Overall, I think they definitely, they showed some good stuff that people were asking about, but presentation-wise, I think that the way that they did, how they presented it, it kind of made it a little boring and drawn out. And I don't know. It just we're used to seeing that they kind of did more of a Nintendo presentation style. For those of you who are big time gamers, the difference between like Nintendo's way that they do it versus when you go to like E3 or Summer Game Fest. It's just like that wow factor, back to back everything, and then building it up. And then you have Nintendo where they'll sit there and ad nauseum for like 30 minutes plus doing a deep dive on each game, and you just like move on. And they're like, nope, we're going to talk about this particular game for another 30 minutes because we know you like it, and we're going to sit on a stool in the middle of the thing, and we're going to, talk in monotone. All right, so, but I don't know. I mean, they had good stuff. I don't know. It's just, there were some good games showing up. A lot of it we already knew about. Like they started off with Mario Rabbids, which I'm excited for because I really enjoyed the first one. I still haven't finished it. I need to finish it. But the way they presented it, they just made it boring. They made it very boring.
That's pretty true. I'm with you.
Most of the
I want the
stuff
game.
is boring. Yeah.
The game is fun. Like the first one, I can't speak for this one's not out yet, but the first one's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just that it's a lot of fun.
It was fun, but it was fun, but it was too grindy.
The presentation for the new one was terrible. They made it, like I said, it's boring. They went the Nintendo route. I'm sorry, Nintendo, but your presentations suck. Like I'm sorry, but which I guess it kind of makes sense because it's Mario Rabbids, so
Mm-hmm.
They literally took a page out of Nintendo's book for how to do a presentation, but I don't know. But they kind of followed that through the whole thing. I don't know. Like they did this whole thing with Netflix that I totally skipped because I don't even have Netflix anymore, and I am never getting it again. So I couldn't care less about that. So I skipped all that. They did go into a little bit on Skull and Bones, but honestly, it was not really anything because it was all just the same. Like it was basically a repeat of what they showed us at Summer Games Fest. Mm-hmm. So there wasn't anything really new on that. And then I'm trying to remember back to back what it was, but and then they finished it off with a whole bunch of Assassin's Creed stuff.
On the
I feel like
Riders Republic.
What? They
It
didn't
was
talk
the
about
Assassin's
Riders.
And the
Creed
writer.
for a while.
They didn't talk about Riders Republic, but they did. Oh, they did the Vision.
They
Oh,
did.
I'm
They
sorry.
did talk about Riders Republic.
Maybe
Yes, they
maybe
did.
during the pre-show, not the other thing. At least
No,
not
it
the
was in the
hour.
main. It was in the main show. It
I
was
didn't
quick
see it
though.
in there.
It was real
Then I
quick.
missed it. It must have been part of the part that I skipped because I didn't care. But yeah,
You wrote your
they did
Bible very
Division.
fast.
They did Division, where I also don't give a flip about Division. I am not a fan of Division. As much as I love Ubisoft, Division is the one franchise that I think can kick rocks. I think it's poorly done. It's too bullet spongy. It's not a good game in my opinion. But Riders Republic, I couldn't care less. My game's been broken since it launched, and they still haven't fixed it. I still can't use my rocket pack or any of that stuff. I can't use my wingsuit. So until they fix that, I haven't even played anymore, because that's like literally a good quarter of the game I can't even play because I can't use my aerials. And they haven't, and like they keep pushing seasons, but they haven't, fixed that. And they have known about it since freaking launch. That a lot of their players can't even access their aerials, but they haven't fixed it. No, let's give more content we can't play. Yes, that's what we want. We want more aerial content that we can't access because we don't have our aerials. Thank you, Ubisoft. So no, I couldn't care less. But
Get riled up, Terry. We love it.
I'm getting riled up. And then Assassin's Creed, I really enjoy Assassin's Creed. They're celebrating their 15 years. I find it funny they're doing a 15 and not waiting until they're 20, but whatever. You do you, Ubisoft. I guess you need to be in a limelight for something because of all of the controversies lately, so you're trying to feel special. But I don't know. I'm excited for, what is it, Mirage? I think is what the new one is.
Yeah, Mirage.
Yeah. Mirage.
I think I'm definitely all about it. I think that's going to be great. All of their code name stuff, I feel like they could have just waited. It's too early. We just know one's in China, one's in Japan, and one is going to probably be
Mobile.
like a spin-off of freaking Outcast or something. I don't know. But I don't know what they're doing with that. But I mean, I don't know. It's too soon. I don't know. There really was no point to tease us just, the country or whatever it's going to be. And that's not enough. We need to know more. And then all the mobile stuff, which it's going to appeal to a lot of people. I don't play the mobile stuff. At least not for something as big as Assassin's Creed. Like I'm not going to play that on a phone. That's a massive game to be playing on a phone.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to play Assassin's Creed on the phone.
Well, they have done it.
No
If they have done it on the DS, if they have done it in the DS, it could be in the mobile too.
I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying, myself, I will never play it on mobile. I will not. I will play it on console.
I agree.
I'm not gonna sit there and play a lengthy story-driven game like that with a lot of hack and slash combat and stuff on a tiny little screen. No, I'm not gonna do that. All right. So no, I wasn't interested in any of that. And then I don't know. It was I don't know for. It was underwhelming. It was underwhelming for a presentation because, like I said, they didn't really have too much that was new, and the little bit that was new, it was too early for them to even address it. So they should have just waited on that, let it marinate a little longer. So I don't know. I wasn't overly impressed, but I am, like I said, very grateful that I was able to fast forward through all of the boring stuff. What was it? I think. They did Trackmania. I do love Trackmania.
On the side, they did do Trackmania. Yeah.
Trackmania makes me rage so freaking hard though. Like if you haven't played Trackmania, man, that's like the most rage-inducing freaking racing game out there. It's single player. But it's like it's so freaking technical that if you're so much as a hair off, your whole run is screwed, and you want to just break everything in the room. Okay, that game is infuriating. All right.
Get that time. Yeah.
Wow.
All
right,
but
let's check in with the chat. Why you hitting on Netflix, Terry? You don't like to Netflix and chill?
no.
Oh.
But
do you Disney Plus and Thrust?
No, I got rid of Disney.
Oh, Lord.
I don't have freaking Netflix and I don't have Disney. They both got just canceled years ago because they're a bunch of crooks. All right, so I don't want nothing to do with them. But yeah, no, it was underwhelming. It was underwhelming. I love Ubisoft. I was hoping they were going to, have some wowing stuff, but they didn't have anything. It was just a lot of repeat stuff that we knew, and then the boring ass Netflix, and then telling us about Assassin's Creed games that they barely have a concept on. So I'm like, whatever. Okay.
So what was your favorite game trailer that you saw at Ubisoft?
I don't think I have a favorite one. They were all like, mediocre. I guess I don't know. Like I honestly think that none of them were like wowing because the like Skull and Bones, we already saw it, so there was nothing special about it. And then, like I said, Mirage is intriguing, but the way that they presented it, it just didn't have that wow factor, you know? Like it just, I don't know. Like for them announcing it, it should have had that wow factor. Like, oh my god, this is the new setting. Oh my god, we can make our own character for this one version, and oh my god. But no, they didn't do that. They're like, it's just now it's boring. They ruined it. they ruined the experience. All right, but nah, just whatever.
All right, there you go, guys. Terry, the biggest Ubisoft fan on our panel, was let down. Let's see. Fastback says, I want a Star Wars Far Cry and Assassin's Creed games. Oh, you know what? Star Wars Far Cry does sound great.
No.
And
Separate
Star Wars
them. You gotta
Division. I
separate
don't know
them.
about that one.
Star Wars
Let's see. None of the above on the poll. Hey, man, type in your favorite franchise if you want it. Pixel Slapper says, just chilling, listening to my favorite Sunday podcast. Woo, we thank you for that one. Jesse Darby says he likes the roadmap of Assassin's Creed. Abacab, thank you so much for joining us.
Yep.
Abacab says Splinter Cell is missing from the poll. Splinter Cell is a has-been. They're no longer active, and they weren't on Ubisoft Forward. I guess neither was Far Cry. I just kind of put that on there. Let's see. I'm stoked for the Assassin's Creed RPG in feudal Japan. There you go, guys. So the Ubisoft Forward event featured tons of trailers. It's a nice 2-hour-long thing. Scrubness, Ubisoft Forward. What did you like?
I'm tired of mobile games. That's why none of us are talking about the Disney game show, because almost everything was mobile.
If you notice, I didn't bring it up.
Right. Almost everything was mobile, or they didn't show us anything. They just did an announcement of something. My favorite thing was Assassin's Creed. Being able to say that, yeah, it's going to be more story driven, a shorter game, back to original, because that's where me and Assassin's Creed, the Altair collection, the Ezio collection, that's my jam. I forget the one where we were playing in America. It's losing me off the top of my head.
Revolutions.
Yeah. That one. Once they start adding all the ship stuff, it started losing me in that game. And then of course, next time they came around with Black Flag, and I barely touched it. It's like I don't care about being on the ships and everything. That's probably why Skull and Bones is not hitting me on
your radar.
Yeah. And that's the thing on there. The announcement, they are great at making trailers for Skull and Bones. Just CG trailers. They look awesome, and you go, hell yeah. And then I see the game, and I was like, this is not a game for me, but I love seeing their trailers. This Assassin's Creed, yes, it did get me hyped, because I was looking, you're not in the open field riding on a horse, and then you finally get to an area where you can get to a building and jump down and take out folks. And like what we're watching right now, when they get to that point where they're just assassinating people, and it's like the old games, it's like you just jerk real quick, boom, one, boom to another, boom to another. Your finger is gone. It just brings back those old memories, and I'm just excited to be able to play a game where it's not open world. You got to play so many
150 hours to beat.
Yeah, so many freaking hours. You got to do everything. Dealing with. That was my jam, going and getting all the stuff so you can play out the story of the pieces of Eden and Adam and Eve and all that stuff back in the day. That I love that. So hopefully they'll do something close to that and bring back that joy and excitement. I even loved the first one, but of course the second one, when they changed up the mechanics, that just was a game changer with Assassin's Creed. I'm happy for that. I'm excited for that. A lot of people they put on there as far as, do you want to be able to play the Ubisoft thing? Yeah, right there when he was just going assassinating people like that. Those times where you could sit and play the game and see how many folks you could assassinate walking down the street before somebody would take you out. That was
Yeah.
some fun stuff. But to
Um,
be able to say you can play the collection and all this stuff, they're Ubisoft, what is it? Plus,
Ubisoft Plus, I think, isn't it?
yeah, they were announcing that. So that's cool if you want to go back and play
I
all those
love that.
games and different things. So
Have you noticed the Game Pass effect on Ubisoft Plus? Because say Ubisoft Plus, and they said Skull and Bones day one.
yes. And then for what to October, you can get and play Ubisoft Plus if you sign up for free.
That's
Are
right.
you going to play all those games by October 19th? I mean, if you're one of the people that can, more props to you. I don't see that happening for me. But yes, I love that part. I brought back memories. A lot of the stuff, the rabbits, really didn't care for. Like I said, that's what made me kind of mad with some of the Halo stuff when they're announcing the division and adding all this stuff to a vision. But you can't, it's going to take you months to get a battle pass for Halo in, like multiple months. And then the battle pass is going to be multiple months. When their passes for division is going to be a couple of weeks, and then they're going to put in another one for the end of the year. Just like, what are we doing? This one right here with Japan, you know what this brought me in to, was thinking of Ghost of Tsushima.
This one's China.
I mean,
China.
sorry,
This is China.
not
This is the mobile
not
one.
Japan.
This
Yeah,
is the mobile
This
one.
is China, man.
I'm sorry.
I think this one is the mobile one too.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the one they're developing
Yeah.
for mobile.
It made me think of Ghost of Tsushima when I saw the buildings and then, but yeah, like Terry said, I'm not playing mobile, especially some big time game that I want to be able to play. I need buttons. I need triggers. Yes, you can buy those and attach it to your phone, but if I'm gonna go through all of that to attach it to my phone, I need a portable console, or just go ahead and play it on console. I don't want to put all of that on my phone.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see that all these different games that are on mobile, if that's the way everything is going, fine. But I'm glad I have my controller. That Assassin's Creed Hex game, you don't know anything. You just saw an announcement. So
I don't know anything about Red
It was
or
like
Hex.
Blair Witch Project. I was like, what?
yeah,
I
you
don't know
really
anything
don't
about
know.
Red or Hex at all.
Yeah. Well, if Red's
This one
mobile,
Hex.
I don't care to know too much more about that because it's mobile. But I think they did some good points. But like some of the stuff Terry said, the division stuff is over. Folks who love the division, I think that was great for them. The stuff with Netflix, some of their announcements, we're gonna add 3 games on Netflix that you can play right now or whenever they do come out in 2023.
No one's playing them games anyway.
Yeah, the games that they're announced, you're like, oh wow, I'm waiting to see what games are they. Oh no, I'm not gonna play that game. So you can see they're trying. I don't think it's gonna work, but at least they're trying. There's just some stuff that I just don't care about on there. I think they could have either condensed the show smaller, because some of these announcements they could have just did on the internet.
I feel like because Netflix is making the Assassin's Creed series, I feel like it was part of the negotiation. In order for them to do that, they had to put some games on Netflix, even though no one plays Netflix games. But they're like, okay, fine, we'll slap some crap together so we can get our TV show. You know?
I am excited for the TV show.
Oxenfree 2 is Netflix game now. But yeah, hold on. I want to bring this up. So Terry does not Netflix and chill, guys. She, what does she do? Scrub nurse.
God dang.
YouTube and Lou. I missed that. Okay, all right. I'm not going to ask any questions. There's a lot of questions.
All right, so there you go. Some of the ones that Scrub Nurse liked are all the Assassin's Creed ones, right?
I think the code
one
name Red.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I
Code
think they
name
did
Red.
say. Yeah, they said that was going to be a full one that wasn't mobile. The Jade was mobile, and the Red was going to be full-fledged.
Okay,
yeah, Jade is the next one. Yeah.
Well, if that's full-fledged, I
Red.
still don't care about it because I don't even think that's coming out next year. It's probably 2024
No.
or whatever. I just want to see the new Assassin's Creed go back to that. Pretty much everything else on the show, it wasn't for me.
Right.
This
All right.
Mario Rabbids never been for me. Like I said, I own Division 2, but I don't see myself jumping back into it for that. So I'm glad they're doing Assassin's Creed, even if it's just gonna be this one time, which I wish they would do more adventure style types. All this open world stuff is killing me. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right. We'll see what comes out of it. Shaddai, Shadster, Ubisoft Forward. What was your favorite announcements from Ubisoft Forward?
Actually, the best announcement that they had was the logo that says Ubisoft Forward. I just moved forward and I'm like, okay, whatever. I know what it was. I took it literally. I'm like, oh, okay, Ubisoft want me to move forward, so I actually did move forward. So.
Shadai's favorite part was the ending because he could turn it off.
Oh my goodness! Ubisoft Forward event did not go to well according. Chat, let us know what you thought of Ubisoft Forward. Type it in. I'll read it out.
No,
if you thought
the only thing that actually interests me was pretty much Assassin's Creed. The only thing that got me like thinking on why, and I'm talking about the mobile. I'm like, why are they gonna go back to China when they actually did make China before, and it was a small scale also. It was Assassin's Creed China, Assassin's Creed Russia, and India.
Yeah, the Chronicles.
Yeah, the Chronicles. So I'm very shocked that they're going back to China. So I probably give it a try. I'm not too much of a mobile, but sometimes I like to do it chronologically if I can, because I know those games are really, really long.
Did you catch it, Shaddai? The way that when they announced the one for China, they basically were trying to play it off like this was the first time you could play in China when we literally had it before. They try to basically erase the previous one.
Pretty much.
The first time on mobile.
First time on mobile.
Yeah, so first time on mobile, guys.
Yeah, right. So
Dreadpool says his favorite.
I know I saw one of them.
Yeah, sorry. Dreadpool says his favorite has to be Rainbow Six, but from the OG Xbox, he hates Rainbow Six Siege. All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going, Shaddai.
Yeah. No. That's okay. It's just that Mirage is very, very interesting. The other one that you guys mentioned that it looked like Blair Witch Project, that looked interesting, unless if it's some type of DLC for Valhalla. So that's the closest. That's the closest one that comes to mind.
It's definitely not, because they announced the last chapter is the final DLC for Valhalla.
Okay.
And that DLC is supposed to be free. And that DLC is supposed to be free.
Yep.
There goes. There's that wording, supposed to. So. So, but yeah, right now it's pretty much Assassin's Creed. They're not announcing the stuff that we wanted. You know, I know somebody mentioned Splinter Cell.
Missy Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Exactly.
Where is Prince of Persia remake? Where is it?
Yeah, Prince of Persia, the remake that was supposed to come out last year and it didn't happen.
Because it's too far away. Yeah, I don't even know why they announced all the Assassin's Creed stuff when they know it's too far away.
Yeah, because I know they can make Assassin's Creed so fast, but not Prince of Persia. I don't get it. I don't know how far. I don't care about how far, but if you can make that Assassin's Creed so fast, you can make Prince of Persia also. So it's not too much of a difference between both of them. So it's just that that's pretty much it. Assassin's Creed, whatever Assassin's Creed they showed, I'm glad for it anyways.
Another one, bring back Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell is dead. Let it die peaceful.
They're remaking. They're doing the remake or whatever they're doing with it.
They announced that they would.
I actually have zero opinion on Splinter Cell. I just like picking on them because they're so so adamant about it.
I played the first one. And it was good, but
I played the first minute of the first one and moved on to better games.
No, I played Conviction, and it was really, really good.
That's right. Let's see. Where are we here? Pixel Slapper says China has a rich history, and the Division 2 I already knew about, and Amazon and Assassin's Creed. I would have played those games from a Twitter post or however they announced it. Yeah, there you go. So the Assassin's Creed Forward now, or sorry, Ubisoft Forward is not really my kind of event, but I wanted to talk about it because it's Terry's favorite event, and we were going to talk about Halo today, so it's only fair, right? And I talk about how boring all these games are, just.
But they both were a snore.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm actually looking forward to getting into Assassin's Creed. The Mirage, Assassin's Creed Mirage, the main character is in Valhalla, and this is supposed to be like 10 or 20 years before Valhalla. So that's kind of cool that they're having a interconnectivity world now in the Assassin's Creed world. They're starting to close those timeline gaps because they've had, 15 of them. So it's kind of nice that they're finally closing those gaps. Rainbow Six, and the Division, I feel that they're taking really good franchises and just splitting them up so much that it's making it confusing. Am I playing Rainbow Six or am I not? Is this part of the Siege or not? Is this something else or not? Like, they're trying to expand the Rainbow Six world beyond just one game. And I feel that's cool, but don't do too many. And I feel that they've done a couple of too many, standalone games.
Well, that's what they do
to their core Rainbow Six game.
I mean, they did that with Assassin's Creed. That's what, different Assassin's Creed every year for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, they were always standalone, whereas, and they're not multiplayer; they're single player narrative stories. Whereas Rainbow Six is, basically multiplayer now. So I don't know which one is the main Rainbow Six story is anymore.
I'm saying, but they have that going forward. They know how to make the money, keep pushing out more content or whatever, because they were doing that with Assassin's Creed. I think eventually they're going to wear out the Rainbow Six franchise as well. I think it's already worn out. The Siege, it came out well. They've been doing a lot to keep that going, but every time you put out a game and slap Rainbow Six on it every year, eventually you're going to wear down and dilute the market for it. Yeah,
exactly. Now the mobile games I am excited about, as you know, I game on my phone. I'm not ashamed of it. I game everywhere I can. The Assassin's Creed Jade interests me. Not the Rainbow Six mobile or the Division mobile or anything like that. Mario plus Rabbids is a good game. It's going to sell well. It's obviously got that Mario power on it, and the original one was a good game. So all they have to do is not mess this one up. So we'll see how that goes. Skull and Bones, I'm still teeter-tottering on it because I have a feeling that I may love it. I have a feeling that I'm not going to be like, oh, Skull and Bones was okay. No. I'm either going to be like, Skull and Bones was awesome, or Skull and Bones is going to be awful. That's the way I see myself.
I was cool with it until I saw Torpedoes.
Torpedoes? Oh, come on, man. They had Torpedoes back in the piracy days. So they didn't.
No, that's why I just sat here like, this is really Torpedoes.
Yeah, but I was really looking forward to what's that game we wanted, Terry? Beyond Good and Evil. Yeah. I really am dying to see some gameplay of Beyond Good and Evil. But I guess it's better to not say anything than to overpromise, because it's better to delay till you get it right than anything else right now. So we'll see how it goes. Overall, Ubisoft Forward didn't give me anything to jump off the roof and be like, that was awesome. They gave us some CGI trailers of Assassin's Creed Mirage. It's going to go back to the old style instead of the new style of games they had. So we'll see how they incorporate that. Hopefully they don't go too far back that the gameplay loop is boring, because, gameplay loops have evolved. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes, guys.
As long as they don't go, I'm sorry, as long as they don't go so far back to where the old style, you couldn't attack anybody outside of who you were supposed to, because then it would respawn you. I don't want it to go that far to its origins. That stuff sucked.
Don't go to
Yeah.
one. As long as you can do the stuff from 2 and pass. I mean, after.
Yeah, I'm open to
Yeah.
action adventure, but don't go too far back into your roots because there were some flaws.
Yeah, there you go. Sir X-Men says, I want Ubisoft to bring me Hawks 3. I miss flying around in those planes. Dripple says it's been over 100 years since they announced Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
It's Timoth joins us. Hey, Timoth, thank you so much. Let's see. Sir X-Men says, Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and Vegas 2, my favorites. Let's see. Seth the Saxon is in. Thank you so much for joining us. I think I saw somebody else that was new here. I missed them. Craig Simmons. There we go. Craig Simmons TV joined in. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And that was the Ubisoft event, everybody. Anybody have any final words on the Ubisoft event?
Meh.
Do a better show next time.
All right, Terry, we had before we get out of here, we asked a question in the chat. Can you go over the results?
What is your favorite Ubisoft IP? And 75% of you said Assassin's Creed, which is a great choice. 8% said Rainbow Six. 8% said Far Cry, which is my favorite. That was on the list. And 8% said the Division, which is horrible choice. You know.
Oh no! All right. With that being said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Terry, let them know where they can find you.
Wherever you want to. No,
You can
go
find
ahead
her with YouTube and Lube.
YouTube and Lube. But yeah, my name's right there. So yeah, I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter as Coolcat_Terri. Instagram. You think it? I'm probably there for the most part, as long as it's not. Dirty stuff. Like I'm not on OnlyFans. Don't. I'm not there. Okay. I know some of you are probably looking. I'm not there. I promise you, I'm not there. But otherwise, every place else, search for me. I'm there.
All right. Scrubness, let them know where they can find you.
I don't think anybody were looking until you said YouTube and Lube. But as always, I appreciate everybody coming out. If you want to know where to find me, just put it on Twitter. I have it all in my bio. So Scrub Nurse 3 on Twitter. Like I said, it's all there, but Xbox Scrub Space Nurse, you can find me there. And I love to play games and talk. And every now and then I stream with my friends. So I also have a Twitch, Scrub_Nurse. So glad everybody enjoyed. I was here a little bit longer today because I'm over COVID, but still got some sick family that has some other things going on. So I had to stay here with them today. So just everybody be careful, be safe. Because yes, 2 years later, I'm a nurse and I did all the precautions I can and even delayed my honeymoon for 2 years and got COVID when I left the house. So it happens, and eventually it seems like everybody gets it at some point in time. Just be careful. Do what you can to be careful. That's all I say. I want everybody healthy and having fun so we can play our games and then be back here next Sunday so we can talk more games and hang out and chill. So I appreciate it, and I see you guys later.
All right. Fantastic. Shaddai, you there? Nope, he's out. All right. You can find Shaddai wherever he is. The link is in the description below. Guys, I'm Axel1324. You can find me here on Twitter, Axel1324, and on Xbox, Axel1324. As always, guys, you could have spent your morning doing anything else, but you chose to spend it with us. And for that, we are incredibly grateful. That's why you guys, the chat, will always be the MVP to our little shows that we do. Shaddai, quick, tell them where they can find you.
They can find me on Twitter at Eternal Shaddai, Council Eternal Shaddai. I'll be streaming on Twitch at ETE Shaddai until next weekend.
All right, there we go. Bye, everybody.